big.
All right, we're not live yet, but it's getting there. But keep talking.
Is this a sound check point?
We're gonna run out of things to say.
We're waiting for the stream to start. It has a delay.
It has a delay. I bet it does have a delay. Is that so we
I
could
bet
probably...
you have a delay.
That is apparent.
It's true. You do.
Oh God, I feel so awkward because of my shoulder. I'm like moving.
Because she's such an old woman.
I feel like I've got like headgear, neck brace, and back brace all on right now. Like my scoliosis starts in my neck and goes down to my tailbone.
How's our you using going? Oh wow.
What?
Oh, we're just doing really good on a technical standpoint. Like my computer's totally chill about all this.
Is it coming through clear? Nothing's gonna blow up.
Yeah, I mean, other than your face.
Is anyone trying to watch?
Can we get a zoom in? We have 2 people watching right now.
A zoom? Oh, fuck.
Oh shit!
Oh, we're live.
Hi guys! I look like a demon. Oh, I love this. What's the blue light do? Oh, blue light special.
Get that zoom in.
Are we actually live now?
Yeah, we're live.
Hi everyone! Oh my god!
Oh, it's live on a delay though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a short delay.
Welcome
So you can cut out if you do anything too awful?
No, it will still show up.
It's not that big of a delay.
Welcome to the pre-show, everybody. This is us. This is what you signed up for.
Here we are.
You may have me stuck like this the entire game so I can maintain that blue light, because god damn, I look good.
Please do. Please do. It'll help us all.
Girl, you.
It also reduces the heat, so I can keep down on the doing this.
It'll be a 6-pack.
Do
they sell those in 6-packs?
I mean,
you hit one.
At the grocery store, they have 6-pack carriers.
Oh, this is true.
I have.
Muted this whole time?
No, some of it. So you're fine now.
Watch your elbows over there, tech guy.
Can we get over these testicular difficulties, please?
This would be a good time for all of you to post to Facebook and be like, guess what, guys, we're live.
I would post, but 1, it's being really weird on me, and 2, I've got gloves on.
Excuses. Make me do it all.
Thank you. Help me.
You're welcome.
My phone won't let me do the at Dungeons and Drag Queens thing for some reason though.
Then, yeah.
Mine always makes me comment
been
as
doing that
Dungeons
too.
and Drag Queens.
Like, I don't get it. Why doesn't it just work?
Because
Right.
Facebook wants you to pay money.
That's
I mean,
why.
like, connected to my brain and just let
But
me
Daddy
think it.
has all the money.
I'll copy and paste the link to
That would
Twitch
work.
from the
Yeah,
other post
do that.
from
Do
somewhere
that.
that I
Do
did
it.
That. Where was that?
I have no idea what I'm doing, but
Here
we're gonna
it
do it
is.
together.
Thank you. That's always the case in my life.
Except,
See, it's not letting you, is it? It's being naughty.
I'm going-
that's right. iOS, like something in the new iOS
Doesn't
is
do that.
changed. Oh wait, what's this?
They're gonna be like, this isn't Dungeons and Dragons.
This is
Hi, nerds.
Dungeons and Drag Queens, guys. Drag Queens. Like I said, this is the pre-show. Welcome to the pre-show.
We'll be starting in just a moment. We're having some testicular difficulties.
Okay, that joke's getting old. What's happening
You can only use
is-
it one time.
Right,
Did we
right.
use it on stream?
Yes, Artemis was already on top of that.
Copycat.
Oh, that's that
You,
guy's name.
what we're
Crazy.
waiting for is for the DM to go over their notes and figure out where the start of the
That
story
is not what I
is.
meant to copy and paste.
Oh, is that your porn site you just copied and pasted? Quick, go to Facebook, Artemis Chase Facebook.com.
Delete.
I think it was you guys.
Oh, goodness.
Co-ed gangbang.
Co-ed gangbang. Whoa.
You know, earlier gig.
Okay. So we have 4 people watching.
It's a
Awesome.
full day.
Oh, I can't get a link to work on my phone.
Oh well, it's
Don't you
fine.
have a real computer?
I already posted.
Oh.
Don't you have a
I'm
real?
just gonna say, and we are live.
And we are
And if-
live.
And then you're gonna get 15 comments saying, "Where? What are you doing? What do I not know about?"
And that's, part of the technological D&D experience is being able to access your phone so you can tell people. And
Yes.
that's, part of what's going to
That
happen.
is
Let's
true.
be honest, kids.
Alright.
We're all, 30 plus years old trying to work in technological world?
Shut
Come
your
on
whore
now.
mouth.
Oh, I'll take 30. That's fine. We'll go with that. 30s, yes.
Yeah, I said 30 plus, so don't try to get yourself ahead of the game here.
Okay. I think it's time to get started. So let's make it official.
Come on, Billy Hahn.
Well, hello everyone, and welcome to the first live stream of Dungeons and Drag Queens.
Woo!
Oh my god! Most of you who are probably watching, the 4 of you that are watching right now, if there's 4, it could change any moment now that my face is here, know that we used to be a live stage act all about what it means to be a character in Dungeons and Dragons, but then we decided to level up, shall we say, or upgrade, and now we have become a live stream on Twitch that is us as drag queens, or people who utilize drag. We don't want to tell people how they identify. Playing a legitimate version of Dungeons and Dragons. Now, for those of you who are, what do we call them? Rule Nazis? We're playing D&D 5e. I am your Dungeon Master Saturn, and I have no idea what I'm doing. Just kidding, I know what I'm doing. But I think we should take this moment before we get started to introduce our characters who are playing in here as well. Why don't we go down the line here and introduce you each one by one. Tell us your name and a little bit about your character.
Are we starting with me?
Yes, we are.
Hi everyone. My name is Madame Dumore. I'm a daytime queen, if you couldn't tell. I love a good daytime look. And this is my second time playing 5th edition campaign, and I'm really excited. I get to play a bard. I have a little button, not that you can read it because it's very blurry, but I have a button that says bard, and that's what I get to be. And
What's on the button?
my bard's name is Maximus Haldol, and my performance or stage name is Lunesta Suraquil. And you'll find me at hotspots like the Squire's Byre and perhaps maybe the Whispering Eye. Over to you, Artemis.
Hi, my name's Artemis Chase, and I am an alcoholic.
Oh, no, it's not that kind of meeting.
Sorry. I'm going to be playing Agnamitra, the Fire Genasi sorceress, and she is a kind of a bitchy, distrusting former street urchin who just is pissed off at the world and hates everyone.
So out of character for you.
It's gonna be a hard stretch.
Unlike your bottle.
All right, on that note, how will we do our next character?
To follow that, hello, I am Lance Lemore. I am a demon visiting, and I am playing a high moon elf rogue named Gael Tuvel, known as the Moonblade. He's a little secretive, but he loves people, loves adventuring, and he just likes going from town to town, stealing everyone's money.
Perfect.
I think we're going to get along.
I think
Oh,
we're
yes,
all, I
yes.
think we're all gonna get along.
I think we're all gonna get along.
I mean, I say people, but I really mean marks.
Okay, that works. I have marks.
Oh, yes, you do.
Track marks.
Oh! That is inappropriate joking happening here.
Oh, is that against the terms?
While on Twitch, we don't talk about Twitch.
Did this just turn into Fight Club?
It did.
Trademark copyright.
It might have turned into Fight Club. Oh yes, awesome, cool. Well, that is all of our characters, and they have no idea that this is actually a one-off, and they're all gonna die by the end of it. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm not one of those DMs at all. Yes, I am. So, without further ado, why don't we jump on into this brand new world? I'm not gonna sing the Aladdin song now. I'm not one of those drag queens.
That's a whole new world, by the way.
Oh, whatever. It's been a while, okay? So, yeah. All right. So, let's bring it in here. All right. Ooh. You all three wake up in the sewers. You're running along the walls of the sewer. It smells really bad. Out of character note, I have no idea because I have no sense of smell. But it smells really bad, like dank and rank, and there's a lot of poo everywhere. It's one of those kind of sewers where people just, this is a while ago, like a long time ago. But there is an NPC character with you, and he is beckoning you to follow him along, which you do, and you go along the path. You are walking through the sewers, and he stops you for a moment. And what do you do now? Would you like to engage this NPC?
I'm just gonna give a perception real quick. I want to see what his intent is. Is he?
You're gonna insight check him?
Well, no. Isn't that insight?
Yes, that is perception.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if he's a swindly, shifty motherfucker who got me down here, or if he's actually trying to be helpful. Essentially, is what I'm going for. Come on, heavy dice. All right. What is that? Now I add my persuasion. Or no. Sorry, perception. So that's a 17.
Okay. All right. So when you see this man, he doesn't seem shifty to you. What you get from him is that there is some level of desperation, that there's something wrong, and it's not related to any of you as individuals, but just that there is something going on, and he needs you to participate in the process of going through what you guys are going through at that moment. So no, he's not really that shady to you.
All right.
He's still running through a sewer.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, you all are still running through a sewer. Sure.
Can I just use prestidigitation real quick to cast a smell of perfume to get rid of this poo smell, please?
That's a cantrip, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's fine. It now all of a sudden smells like really great smelling poo.
Hey, Poopery.
Hey, Poopery. We did not get sponsored by them. Anyways. So he turns to you and says, "What are you doing? We need to go now. Come on, follow me."
What's going on?
It was no time to talk about that right now. We need to get out of the sewers.
Can't you walk and talk at the same time?
We can walk and talk and oh, it's getting too late. Come on, let's go this way. And he leads you down another corridor, and you go along the corridor, and it turns to the right. And where did I put my thing? I am well prepared for this.
Apparently.
And nothing happens. So you keep going down the corridor. And he says, "There is much to tell you about, but we need to get to the base of the resistance right now before the rest of them find us. We're trying to get ahead." He seems really desperate, and things are just not right.
While we're running, I ask him, do you know how we ended up down here?
Oh, it was so bad. We were trying to escape the city guards out on the false prefecture, and they almost got to us, but we managed to slip underneath into the sewer before anything happened. I'm so sorry that we have to go this way, because normally I know that you're prone to more luxurious locations, but this is the best I could do to keep you safe. But before he could finish really talking to you, you come upon a pack of rats. And amongst them is a large rat. And they seem really pissed off. And you have just stepped into their territory. And it looks like they're going to engage you. What do you want to do first?
How far away from us are they?
They are approximately 25 feet away from you. And you can't really go back because the corridor behind you didn't have any extra hallways, so you kind of need to press forward through this way. Do you want to engage?
I'm gonna.
Yeah, let's engage.
All right.
What do you mean by big?
So,
Good question.
so when they say big in,
Like a puppy? Or like a Saint Bernard?
they're called a small beast in the rulebook, so that
Mhm.
means like cat-sized.
Okay.
So it's a large rat. The other rats are smaller. What you're basically
So this is like Chow Chow sized rat.
yeah. So basically,
Got
what
it.
you're dealing with right now is a giant rat and a swarm of rats.
Okay.
Hmm.
So there are ways to that will be engaged for you. So they have noticed you and now are heading your direction to engage you.
I cast sleep.
Okay. Let me.
I've got the spell out here in front of me.
What page is that on?
276.
Because I need to brush up real quick so I know what's going on.
By the powers of Lunesta Cirquil, I pronounce you asleep. Do you have another die 8 I can use? Because I need 5
Yeah.
die 8.
Crap, where is that? Okay. So you're rolling 5d8.
Mm-hmm.
The total is how many hit points creatures this spell this can affect. Well, so there's technically 2 creatures. Because there's the giant rat and there's the swarm of rats.
Right.
So they're considered 2 creatures. So how many hit points of creatures this... Oh, okay, I get it.
So my goal is to manage the hit points of the large rat and then go on to the
Yes.
swarm of rats.
Yes.
So I can do a total number of hit points.
Well, and actually it's going to be the other way around because the hit points of the swarm of rats is higher than the hit points of the giant.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Oh. Well, I'm focusing. Well, it says I can focus it on the.
But if you want to focus it on the giant rat, that's totally fine. For the start.
Yeah. Well, because I rolled a total of, I don't know how many hit points, but if they're not more than. I rolled a total of 22 hit points.
All right.
But all falls asleep.
What? Okay, so the way I'm going to do this, because you said you were focusing on the giant rat.
Yeah.
Okay, so the giant rat falls asleep. Half of the swarm falls asleep. So
Beautiful.
what we consider is that now the swarm is at half hit points, is what we can consider that. So you still have rats engaging you, and if you don't, that could potentially wake up the other rats. Just keep that in mind. So with that, I am going to ask you to roll initiative. So you're going to roll a d20 and add your dex modifier to that.
Oh, nat 20.
Oh, somebody wants to go first.
6.
Whoa, then somebody wants to go last.
She doesn't like rats. I understand.
Okay, Gale. Well, what's your total? Wait, like you're not 20 and plus, what is it?
Plus 3.
Oh, okay. And then, what did you get?
I got a total of 9 and 5 is what, 14?
14. Okay, Maximus. And then, are you... you got 6. Okay, so now I'm gonna roll initiative for these rats real quick.
Whatever you do, guys, don't go for the sleeping ones. Just let
Are you
Easy to step
metagaming
on.
right now?
Very easy to step. No? Yes.
them play. I blow them up in fire. You do it.
I was hoping that the big one, it fell asleep and the other little ones eat.
No, they're looking at us right now. But the big one did go to sleep.
Yeah.
So did some of the other ones.
Okay. Well. All right. So, first up. Yeah. Okay. That's how I'll do that. First up, we have Gale.
Yeah. I don't want to waste my weapons or my arrows on these. Can I just kick them? Is kicking them going to do what I need to do? Kick them into a wall. Stomp
I
on
mean,
them.
yes, you can kick them.
It would do an armored
You're basically gonna just
Oh.
use your strength modifier for that, and nothing additional.
Hmm.
I believe is.
Unarmored attack, I think, is 1 die something. Plus your strength.
Let's look that up and try.
I'm working on it. I'm working on it. Tools.
Let me check that real quick just to make sure.
You see, we're all brand new at this, guys. We're learning together. Are you learning with us? So, well, obviously she's learning a lot. She focuses on what we call memory-induced. What is that when you have to be in a certain state to remember stuff? State-induced memory. Yeah, that's what she works on. So we're trying to get her
I'm
back
not in that
there,
state yet.
so she can remember how to play.
Where is combat? Oh, there it is.
Doesn't even give you an unarmored damage in here. What is this? Alchemist Fire.
Why do you have to throw me for a loop right in the get-go? Oh, hey, I found it.
Because he's a good
I found
player.
it. I found it. It's 1d4 plus your strength modifier.
There we go.
1d4
See, look at that.
plus
1d4,
strength.
guys.
Okay. So it would be better to use sword, yeah?
That is entirely up to you. I'm not going to tell you how to play the game.
It would be better to use sword, yeah?
If you don't make a choice soon, I'm going to have the rats attack you.
Alright. I pull my short sword, I stab rats.
Okay, so...
Shish kebab style. I get many at once, we roast them over fire. Right?
Alright, so go ahead and...
I could be hungry. Maybe that's what it is.
Go ahead and roll your hit.
Okay.
So that will be...
My 1d8.
Yes.
Okay.
Wait, no it's not.
No?
Your hit... Rolling to hit a character is your d20 plus... Plus,
Proficiency bonus and your strength or dex, depending on your weapon.
Okay.
For you, it would be strength.
9. The number 9, not
And you
no.
you were focusing on the rats that were awake, so that means the swarm of
Yeah.
rats. You go and you swing and you try and poke your best, but you miss. And but you look fabulous doing it.
Does he
I have a lot of
now?
flair. I have a lot of flair.
I mean, clumsy can be fabulous too.
Okay.
So all right, with that, we are going to move to the swarm of rats.
Okay.
They also rolled a nat 20 on their initiative.
Of course they did.
All right, so.
We're gonna get killed by rats.
All right,
God
so
damn.
being
We're
that
gonna get killed by rats, guys.
In the sewer.
it's true. So being that you just tried to attack them, they're going to engage you, Gale. And they are what they do is they move right into your space, which means they're right up on you, and they're going to attack you with bites.
Oh,
They're just gonna try to bite you a bunch. So what is your AC? I guess I already know that, but I want you to tell me.
13.
Well, I rolled an 18, so let me roll some damage. I need 2.
Oh yeah, this is going worse than the last one.
Just 1. Well, it's not going to be as bad because.
And that was an orc.
Oh. All right, so you take 6 piercing damage. I'm going to kill all my players before they even get to the thing. With rats. Hey, this is the lowest difficulty section for monsters, so... Alright.
Don't worry, I'll save it.
Next one
You always
is the giant rat, but he is asleep. So... but I
So
guess
he
I could
snores
roll a
at us.
percentile die to see if there's a potential for him waking up. Is that a thing? Is that how sleep works in D&D?
He may need to be slapped, viciously shaken,
Let me
Not just shaken, viciously.
viciously shaken, not stirred.
Like a
Starting with the
baby.
creature with the lowest hit points, and
No,
each
don't do
creature
that.
falls
Don't shake
asleep,
babies.
unconscious
I do.
until the spell ends. The sleeper takes damage, or someone uses an action to shake or slap the sleeper awake.
Okay.
See, I told you, vicious. Just vicious.
Well, we know that Miss Vicious over there will be quite slap happy. So, all right. So with that being said, it is now Maximus's turn. What shall
Well,
you do?
I'm Lunesta Cirquil right now.
Oh, okay. Sorry, Lunesta.
I'm not having any of this Maximus moment.
Moment. It's true. We did come
So
from
confusing
folks.
out there, you never know.
Gay people, jeans. Can't live without them.
I'm trying. Sorry, guys. My hands. I was seeing. There we go.
So dangerous. So what you have right now is you have half a swarm asleep, you have a giant rat asleep, and you have a half of the other swarm that's just like very agitated right now.
And
Well,
biting the
And they're
fuck out of
also
me.
on they're basically on Gale right now.
Yay.
On him or like right next to him?
They're on
No,
his space, so
they're
they're basically like in his space.
They're like all over my legs.
He'll have to
working their way up.
disengage in order to like. Yeah, I know it makes
There
it.
goes my bonfire.
I mean, you could kill him. It's fine.
I'm gonna do a vicious mockery on the rats.
Okay.
And Nana Nana Boo Boo, you can't screw us. I'm trying to come. I mean, they're rats. What am I gonna say to a rat to make them feel bad about themselves? They're actually pretty fantastic
Nana
creatures.
nana boo boo.
Right.
Can you tell me what page Vicious Mockery is on?
270 something.
Okay. All right. So you say nana nana boo boo. You can't get us.
And they get a die 4 damage next time they attack.
Okay.
Psychic damage.
Is that everything? Like, there's no. That's
Yeah,
not...
they have a will save to make.
Okay.
8 plus my modifier of something. Is...
And that's when they.
No,
do
they need to
their-
make a will save now. Otherwise, it doesn't affect them.
All right. That is roll a d20 plus their wisdom. That is will, right? Wisdom.
Mhm.
All right. So they. What is your DC?
8 plus 4 plus my proficiency bonus 6. 14.
They pass.
Oh, screw it.
So you yell vicious things to them, which for you that's pretty bad, but it doesn't affect them at all. They're rats.
Well, they do live in the sewer.
It's true. They seem pretty
they're
bad,
pretty
and that
bad.
wasn't that. They're just like whatevs. Also, vicious mockery is on page 285.
That's what, yeah, 285, sorry.
Um.
I unleash insults laced with subtle enchantments.
Yes. So what happened was is they needed to make that will save or take 1d4 psychic damage and
have disadvantage on next
rolls.
attack.
But because
They made it, they don't do any of it.
so basically your words went echoing down the hall.
Yeah, they're like, speak Nozumi, please. Don't speak this common tongue.
What are these words? Okay. So do you want to move or anything? Because right now you are about 10 feet away from them.
No, I'm gonna stay right here.
All right, perfect.
No, I'm standing in a pile
No!
of shit having to insult creatures that are filthy.
Why? All right. So now we come up to Agnomitra, or Angie for short. I'm just kidding.
If I shoot a firebolt at them, will it hurt him?
He's in the space. So, well, what's the targeting for that?
Firebolt. Let's look up Firebolt together, Agamitris.
I can tell you I'd rather die from burning to death than being bitten to death by rats.
You were the one who died during the practice session
I
too.
didn't die, I got knocked unconscious.
Firebolt. You hurl a mote of fire at a creature
Fire.
or object within range.
So I could do a bonfire. You get
Make a ranged spell attack using the against target. On hit, the target takes. Okay. So
Yeah, you're good.
it's
Because it's a target.
it's
singular.
a target. So.
Okay.
I think what I'm going to do, because this is a little extra, is that I want you to make, so what I want you to do is I want you to roll the spell attack, and then I'll have you do something else before we roll damage.
Okay.
So roll for the hit, which is your d20 plus your
Proficiency bonus.
proficiency bonus.
And your relevant modifier for spellcasting, because it's a spell.
Yes.
Which is
On your third
Charisma?
page.
Charisma?
Yes.
so 15 plus 6, so 21.
All right. Now, wait, 21 is the total? Okay, now I want you to roll a dex check. So roll your d20 plus your dex, and I will...
God damn it.
What'd you roll?
1. And I have +1.
It was
dexterity,
lovely
so-
gaming with
It
you.
is
2.
lovely gaming with you. It's a critical failure, honey, whenever you roll a 1. There's no saving throw.
Oh, that's right.
Except for on initiative.
Okay, so you hit the... Okay, roll damage.
It's D10, right?
That will be
Yep.
1d10.
Yep. 4.
4 total? Okay. So... What? So you hit the rats, the swarm of rats, for 4 damage. And I need to mark that so I know. And then you also... I'm going to say you also hit Gale for half of that, so 2 fire damage. I am being nice right now, because we just started.
Uh-huh.
Although this is a really great excuse to visit the temple when you guys get out of the sewers. Okay, so that brings us up to
Choose
the...
our healing character.
Oh yeah, none of you have healing stuff. 'cause
And I didn't take any healing.
We had 2
anything.
healers and they both dropped out of the game.
You know what?
Oh, this is why you can't trust religion, folks. They just drop out when you need them.
Alright.
They just fall off the wayside.
Give me 1 second
You're not wrong.
here.
Hey, other players, I'm gonna be this game if you're watching.
I mean,
Alright,
we
so...
love you, but fuck you.
We love you, but fuck you. Okay, so Gregan steps forward and says, wow, you guys are really new at this. And he turns to you and offers you a healing word.
I'm on fire and he's going to throw shade. That's fine.
Yeah.
No, he's healing you, honey. I'm the shade thrower.
Mhm.
Alright, so here is that dice at. Alright. I'm just... He heals you for 6 damage.
Mm.
And you're no longer on fire. So... Yes.
What
Alright.
I never really was.
Top of the round, we are with Gale, freshly padded out with rats still sort of on him, but most of them have fallen off, but they're still in your space. What are you gonna do?
I'm going to go back to trying to kill the rats.
Okay.
Because it went so well the first time.
What are you gonna do to kill them?
Switch to daggers.
Okay.
You should WWE body slam them.
Yeah.
In the pool water?
In
In the pool water.
That's.
I mean, your choice for cholera, buddy.
We don't want to have to roll for hepatitis or.
Oh, yeah, I don't want to deal with diseases right now. I haven't gotten that far in the book. I'm just kidding.
When we get to the next bar, not only am I drinking all of the alcohol, I'm going to douse myself in it.
Okay.
Well, hopefully you're not still on fire.
Well, you said he was not on fire anymore,
It's
so we're
true.
good.
You're right. You're right.
So, roll d20 to hit.
Yes.
3.
Oh.
Add your daggers. I would
A
say
dex.
it's a dex.
It's a
so
dex
add your
thing.
dex
It's an-
That would be another 3. So
and your proficiency
6.
bonus.
And my proficiency bonus, so 8.
No.
Unfortunately, you try and you just are. It's like you're just stabbing at the air, and the people around you are looking at you like, what are they even looking at? Is there
I'm so
any...
glad I wasted that that nat 20 at
Can
the
you-
beginning of the round.
Right?
Can you keep swatting at bees? Because I really love your new dance style. It's just amazing.
Smooth.
I just want some of that electronic dance music while your
It's
character's fighting right now. It would just totally make me happy.
All
It's
right.
also rage in Europe.
So, what comes
Can you
next?
say original again?
I think really quick I need to keep track of where you at HP wise because I have to decide if I want to kill you or not. I have to make those decisions.
You just always attempt
went
to
to
kill
four
us. It's
from-
our decision whether or not it happens.
from-
I went
in
from 10
reality.
to 4 to 2 to 8.
So now you're at 8.
Mm-hmm.
She just loves playing God.
I do! Alright, so, I mean, somebody has to. Alright, well, you just keep agitating the rats. Maybe they just want to be left alone. You do have movement, by the way, before we exit your turn. You do have movement. You
Get
can
away from the
you can
rats.
disengage.
I will disengage from the rats.
Okay. Disengage only moves you a certain amount, right? Or is it moves you to an adjacent spot? I love how my person in the side grabs a piece of paper to write for me right when I say it. All right, so you back up 10 feet away from. I will remember that. You back up 10 feet away from the rats. They're no longer in your space. But it is their turn now. But they also they remember being yelled at, and they turn their attention to you, and they go, and they move towards you. And in the process of moving into your space, they trample over top of the giant rat, and he gets woken up.
I mean, really?
Yes, really.
Really?
But in doing that,
I get an attack of opportunity or something.
no,
don't
you
I?
don't.
Damn it.
You sound like Willem right now. But in doing that, that was their action, so they can't attack you, but they are adjacent to you.
Well, good.
So,
Adjacent but not on.
no, just adjacent, because the giant rat was near her. Okay, so that brings us to Maximus.
Maximus? No, Lunesta.
Sorry, Lunesta Saraqual.
How dare you wake my slumbering babies? You awful, gross, awful, rotten, horrible, diseased sewer creatures. Make me a will save as I continue to mock them. You won't even make a good pair of gloves or
And
a
this is
handbag.
just engaged at the swarm, right?
Yeah.
What's your DC again?
At 14.
They fail this time.
All right. They're taking. Oh, by the way, we're getting a different surface next time. I'm buying us all different surfaces to roll on because this plastic buffet table
That
for
was
holiday
low.
it's just not my jam. But 3 points of damage.
Okay.
We're
And next
classier
time
than
they
this.
attack, they have disadvantage, meaning they have to take the lower of the 2 die 20s you roll. Because they just couldn't take up. They couldn't handle my awful insults.
It's true. Nobody can, really.
Mhm.
It's terrible. I don't
All
know.
right.
You know, if it was a human, I could probably do better. But rats are rats.
So, now we are up to the giant rat, who has woken up. And, I mean, would you consider... Yeah, No, I won't. Not this time. So, the rat wakes up and immediately just sees you right in their vision. And moves right adjacent to you, but not in your space, because they can't do that as a singular creature. But they move right next to the swarm,
Mhm.
and they are going to attack you with a bite. So, what's your AC?
11. Don't bite me.
Okay. So they hit, and I know it's so horrible. And they get advantage on attack roll because they have pack tactics and they're next to the swarm of rats. Except for I don't know what it means to. Well, I guess that doesn't matter because I already hit you, so the advantage doesn't matter. But I'm gonna roll damage. So you take 5 points of. Did you just yelp? All right, I guess you're a were-dog? A werewolf?
No.
You take 5 points of damage. Piercing damage.
Anybody, what do you roll for hit points? A die 6?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, that's right. You're a warlock or no
A
sorcerer.
sorcerer.
Yes.
All right, so you took 6 damage, and
I said 5.
5. Yeah, sorry. For
Oh,
a D6
shit,
and-
It's a big difference when you only have 8 hit points.
Trust me, I know.
That's so low.
So now that brings us up to you, Agnamitra.
So
What you can do is you can take an action, or you can move.
the swarm and the giant rat are right next to each other.
Yes, and they're adjacent to this one. But basically, how it is, it's like this one, swarm, giant rat, and then you're down here. So, just giving you. You're not adjacent to Madam.
Okay.
You're like 5 feet away.
Yeah, there's a fight, yeah.
Perfect. I am going to create a bonfire
Is it called
on
create?
top of all the rats.
Is that a cantrip?
It is a cantrip. It fills a 5-foot cube. And the creatures in the space must succeed a dexterity saving throw or take 1d8.
And you're
fire
doing that
damage.
against the giant rat or the swarm?
They're right next to each other.
Yeah, but they're in 5-foot spaces. That's how the spacing works.
Oh, shit.
So they're so like a 5-foot cube is only going to be able to do one of them.
Well, that is bullshit. Well, in that case, then I'm going to use a firebolt.
All right.
What do I
Let's
think?
make this fun.
We've already inflicted some damage on the swarm, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
They are looking like low in numbers right now,
Let's do
and half of them are asleep.
firebolt and try and wipe them out.
So. Okay. So.
Do it.
Do it. I want you to do it. Okay, so you need to roll for an attack. Roll a hit. You need to roll your d20.
Oh, right.
And that's a good number, by the way. That's a 10.
Oh,
So
that's,
don't-
oh, that's
don't roll
right.
your- don't roll
That's
your-
right.
Yeah! She saw a 0 on the 10
Shit.
side and got all angry.
All right.
Shit, girl,
If
shit.
you weren't sure.
8.
Okay, now add your charisma to that.
So that is 12.
Plus your proficiency bonus.
14.
You hit. Now roll damage.
I already did.
Oh.
I know, I was like, girl, you already did. You should have said I rolled a 10. Oh.
What did you roll?
A 1.
Okay.
This is really, really sad.
So you do
These
one.
are the toughest rats I have
You
ever
do.
seen
I
in
know,
my
we
entire
are
life.
apparently
You do.
we are unable to do anything.
We're just worthless.
We're inept.
So
Maybe I should create a new character.
I thought this was supposed to be fantasy, not like real life.
well, fantasy is not all butterflies and fairies and sparkles and cake. I mean, it will be, but
my fantasy is normally filled with vampires and werewolves and zombies, but okay, we can go with butterflies and unicorns, sparkles, and cake.
it looks so good right now. Okay, back here.
Look at her. What do you think her fantasies are like?
Starbucks unicorn frappuccino.
You know it. I'm one
Where
of
do you
the.
think her inspiration came from?
By the way, is your blood boiling demon because she thinks she's celestial? I'm just wondering.
No, I didn't engage you, so you're fine.
No, I. Okay.
And you had 5 damage, so you're down to 3. Yeah. And Madam is fine. Lunesta is fine. Okay, so now we are on to Gregan, and he's just like, they told me to retrieve these people.
Yeah, he could help
Maybe
us.
you can attack the creature and then
he's-
worry about healing us.
So he's gonna turn to Artemis and say, "I'm so sorry you're having to deal with this, but
Can you heal me?
Healing words.
you get 3 hit points."
Oh, that's double.
Wait, is that what that was?
Is that what it is?
So it was a 3, so that takes me up to 6.
I just can't remember if I add anything to it. No, I do not. No, yes, I do. So it's 5. So you.
Oh my god, I'm fully healed.
Yeah, you've regained all your health back. You're welcome. He says, "All right, get back in there and fight these rats. I wish I could be a better help." All right.
He's just a band-aid in a can.
Band-aid in a can. All right, we're top of the round, and it is Gale's turn.
Come on, Gail.
Now remember, you're 10 feet back from the swarm that has now moved over, so you are approximately like 15 feet away from any of the targets. And then the sleeping rats are in that space that you were in before, though. But you know.
They're sleeping.
Yeah, let sleeping rats lie.
Oh goodness. I'm going to pull bow and arrow
Okay.
and target the large rat.
Okay. All right. So roll your hit for that.
If one weapon doesn't work, just keep moving down the line. Seriously? 6.
Plus your proficiency, plus your
Dex.
dex.
Okay. So 11.
You take an arrow out and you
Mhm.
fire it, and it just hits right at the feet of the giant rat, but it misses it.
It doesn't even like take out a toe.
No,
Mm-mm.
he doesn't even hit. That's the problem. This rat is very well defended.
I hope you're really sneaky. Yeah.
So he's 15 feet away from all of this?
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah, 15 feet.
They're metagaming, but that's okay.
I mean, we're right next to one another. You could be like, "Hey, bitch, why don't you take
All
a
right.
few steps back?"
Back up.
Now we're on to the swarm, who
It's coming for me.
is still focused on you because you keep yelling obscenities at them.
You hurt
They don't
my
like the
little
decibel
feelings.
at which Luna
No, they don't.
talks.
It is really loud, and they're like, and they go in for bites.
We know how it is.
They go in for bites against you, and what is your AC?
But that's for me to know and for you to find out. What'd you roll?
You tell me your AC, or
What'd you
I'll
roll?
look it up myself. You have a 14, so they attempt to bite you, but they just miss. You kind of back up a little bit and get away from it.
Oh, you're gumming me now, huh? The teeth finally fall out, you filthy creatures. Filthy animal.
All
Serves
right.
you right.
Well, they also had disadvantage, so I should have considered that too, but they missed anyways. All right. So now that the swarm has gone, it is now Maximus's turn. Lunesta's turn. I'm going to erase Maximus and write in Lunesta.
Yeah, Lunesta is taking some moments backwards
How
to
far?
get out of the way. Get out the
So,
way.
like
Get
10
out the
feet?
way. Ho. I'm just looking up to see if I can bardic inspiration myself, or not myself, but my teammate in their thingy.
You want to bardic inspire their thingy?
Yes, absolutely.
Who doesn't?
It's true.
I'm
It's
game.
true.
It doesn't say anything about taking a full round action so far. I'm reading.
Well, you have your speed as one thing. You have your movement speed. You have your action speed or your action.
Right.
So you can do both things.
All right. So I'm gonna move, and I'm gonna I'm
How
gonna
far do you want to move away?
like 15 feet,
Okay.
or like 10 feet back, which would put me 15 feet away.
All right.
And I'm gonna do my bardic inspirations,
All right. Well, why don't you?
and I'm gonna add this bardic inspiration to you,
Agnimitra.
Agnimitris. Come on, girl, you got this. I live for you, honey. You get to add a die 6 to do you have to attack well, you get to add a die 6 to an attack, a save, or an ability check. So
Okay.
whatever that looks like.
All right. I'm doing an attack.
All right. So is that your turn then?
Yeah.
All right. So that inspiration was so inspiring. I will count it.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, if you were gonna inspire and it didn't sound really good, I might have to step in and be like, you might want to retry that.
Oh, okay, got it.
All right. So now next up we have the giant rat, who
You
Was-
better work, hunties.
who somehow took that towards themselves, and they were just like, and so they're back on your attention again. So they are gonna move 15 feet next to you.
Honey, just blow things up. I don't care if you catch me on fire.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to attack you with a bite.
It's not that bad.
He gets to move 15 feet and attack.
Yes, girl, yes. They're
They're
like,
doing the most.
unfortunately, they miss again.
Hallelujah.
So all right. That was beautiful.
Okay.
Now it is Agnamitra's turn.
So the giant rat is now 15 feet away from me.
No, now it's 10 feet behind you, and the
Oh.
other rats are in front of you,
But she's 15,
feet away.
and he's 15
And he's
feet
15
away.
feet away.
Perfect. I'm going to cast Thunder Wave,
Whoa.
which reaches out in a 15-foot cube around me.
Let me look this one up too. She gonna blow herself up. All right, Sailor Jupiter. What?
Hitting all of the rats. And they must make a Constitution saving throw.
All right. Give me 1 second so I can pull this up here. Thunderclap zap. Hey, what? Where is it? It is not in here. Oh, Thunderwave. There it is. I found it. All right.
Inspiration, get people to-
You said Constitution saving throw?
Yes.
That one. Rolled that. And that one. Rolled that. What's your DC on that?
Wait, what?
I believe your DC will be on the third page. It might be on the top, one of those things.
Yeah, it's gonna be at the top. DC is 14.
14.
All right, so you can and what do you roll for damage for that if you hit? Okay, so if they fail,
If they fail, they take 2d8 thunder damage and are pushed 10 feet away. If they save, they take half the damage.
okay, roll your damage and I'll let you know.
Okay. Five.
From 2d8.
Oh wait, don't I get a
No.
d6?
Oh, you do.
Oh.
Not to damage. It's only for
Oh.
attack.
That's
Oh,
true.
okay.
Yeah,
okay.
saves, ability checks.
Gotcha.
I wish I could add it to damage later on. I can't. But
All right, so that's 5. You said.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Does anything die? How many hit points?
It's true. So
So did they save or not?
the swarm goes and lumps over. They're dead.
Yes.
The giant rat, however, is like and
It's like what?
takes half damage.
It was like what? I didn't quite see that past my eyelashes.
And you were
I
out
had a
of
very
range.
suppressed orgasm.
Yes, it's true. So the swarm is gone. The whole sleeping one's gone too. They're out. The whole swarm is gone. The giant rat is still here. It still seems a little hardy. And we're going to move to Gregan. And
He would have been better off with the rats.
it's true. It's true. And he's gonna turn to you. And he's gonna say, "Okay, maybe your friends can do this." And he's gonna give you 3 points of.
Like a flower towards the sun, I turn to you. 'Cause you're the only one.
Oh, I guess we did.
Say it's 40.
But I can't go above my initial
Wasn't
hit
that
points.
45?
No.
No, I think
So even
Yeah,
though
it was
he
not
gives me
Steve.
3, I'm still at
Was
10.
that?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
healed completely.
That was for one.
our one hit one.
There you
Right.
go.
All right.
I didn't realize that was for the
So that brings us to the top of the round, and it is now Gale's turn. You are about 10 feet away from the giant rat.
Can we kill this goddamn rat?
I mean, can you?
Can you phone a friend and get Oprah on,
Please.
Gail?
Mhm.
Please kill this goddamn rat. Let's get on with this game.
We're
Gail is not. Gail swings fists like a Gale Force wind, but doesn't really hit.
No. Not really. So we try the bow and arrow again.
Okay. What's the
Yeah.
Woo!
What'd you roll?
19.
Woohoo!
All right. Well, yes, you hit the giant rat. Okay, roll your damage.
That is hit dice?
No.
No.
I should have it somewhere in your weapons. Did you write your weapons down somewhere that has your...
9.
It's probably a die 6 or a die 8.
I believe it's a die 8 because it's a bow.
It
though.
depends on what kind of bow.
Yeah, because my
Short bow.
short bow.
So it's VEAU, not BEAUX. Got it.
Yeah.
Is it almost break time?
No.
We haven't even finished the first encounter yet. I mean, the first encounter practically finished us, but
I mean, but at least you still have all your health. People
I
don't-
do.
We're an hour. Wait, everyone does now.
D6.
All right, so roll a d6.
We get a wave this time.
5.
All right, so you do. All right, so
Yeah,
you
we have
pull
some
back your
exercise.
bow, and you're really determined this time, and you fire it off, and the rat turns to you right when this happens, and it just goes square right between the eyes, and goes and falls over and is dead. You have beaten the rats.
I meant to do that.
We beat the rats?
We beat the rats.
Ah!
I lulled them into a false sense of security by being a bumbling idiot for most of the fight.
P.S. Is there like I forgot to ask this when I found myself in a sewer, but is there like a way to, is there like a ledge to not be tromping through the...
Yes, it's like a sewer that has the water in the middle and the two pathways.
Okay, that's all I need.
Have we been on the pathway?
Yes.
Okay.
I just said it smelled like poo. I didn't say that it actually was like you stepping in it.
Okay.
Good.
Well, I just didn't know if you're gonna Well, no diseases. They said no diseases.
Not right now,
So-
but there might
So
be.
we're
later.
obviously not standing in the poo water.
Where are you going?
I'm getting water. I don't have a set tag to like bring me water or anything. I'm not, I didn't come out of a room that had a big star on it or anything.
Hi, viewers. Would you like to win the chance to be our intern on our next show? Submit now for your chance to serve us beverages.
The pay is lousy, but the work is hard.
Said internship.
As in the pay is
The
The
non-existent.
pay is nothing except our adoration and affection.
I don't give
That's a
that
form
out.
of currency.
Yeah, so is hand jobs, but whatever. That's not booze.
Oh, I'm sorry. God damn it! I'm trying to dilute fucking Agdamina Artemis.
Unless that's
Right.
Joan Crawford's Pepsi.
We'll leave that over the break.
Pepsi.
All right, so Gregan turns to you guys and says, "I'm not sure why they told me to go find you, but I'm intrigued so far. Let's
Because
keep going.
We're heroes, damn it.
It's
And
true.
by intrigued, you mean amused?
Do you not know who I am?
I know who you are. I just was
Were you
expecting-
expecting more? Is this not enough for you?
We all know who she thinks she is.
I think it best that we get out of the sewers before we continue talking, shall we?
Well,
Yes,
let's
please.
continue
Sounds good.
on.
Yeah.
God.
All right, so you continue on. Gregan says that it has been a tumultuous day today. The guards have been extra vigilant about finding us, and I'm just glad we managed
What
to.
do the guards want with me?
Mm.
I
Honey,
mean, how do they even know who we are?
I mean, I'm just a celebrity who entertains people.
yes, and you are part of the resistance. We have been found out. They know that we exist, and we have to try and keep them from finding where we're located. Oh, man. And she cries. And she cries. And she cries. And she cries.
Oh, God, Christ.
Oh,
Christ on a cross, honey.
All right.
I'm
Oh,
So-
part of a
I
resistance.
don't know why that was so
I just
funny.
thought I'd hang out with brothel boys and sing music.
As you guys are all talking, you come to a fork in the road, and there are 3 directions to go. Gregan seems a little confused and isn't quite sure which direction to go anymore, so you need to decide.
Of course he's confused. He thinks we're in the resistance.
Well, I don't know anything about this
There's
resistance.
3 directions.
Yes.
What are these?
Forward, left, and right.
Forward, left, and right. What can we see in these directions?
It is mostly dark. You can't see anything.
I have dark vision.
I have dark vision.
I do too, but it looks red.
Well, you two see darkness even at your 60 feet. Like you can't tell what's in the tunnel.
It just looks like a tube.
Yeah, and you see an infrared tube. So pick a direction.
What else can I do here? I have nothing. Not my spells. My spell selection is useless.
I have some light stuff, but it doesn't go that far. So,
I mean, you could roll perception checks to see if you can see anything more.
I mean, I'll do that.
That's your passive perception, right?
Oh, well, no, I'll do an actual perception.
All right. Who wants to participate?
I will also
All right.
do a perception check.
All right.
17.
All right. Thank you.
Also 17.
Roll your d20 and add your perception, which is.
I don't know if I want to.
Yeah.
7.
No.
And what are you adding to that? What do you add to that?
Your wisdom normally for perception.
Mhm.
So 8.
All right. 17, 17, and 8. Who's
Well,
looking where?
With my perception, +2, so 19.
Okay. 17, 8, 19. Who's looking where?
I will go left tunnel.
I will go right tunnel. I guess you're in the center.
We're not gonna see shit straight ahead. So.
All right. So you.
I'm also listening.
Yeah, I know.
You know, those
Yeah, I know.
sorts of things. It's not just visual.
You don't see or hear anything down the middle tunnel.
Do I feel anything through my body?
You have no perception whatsoever. You looking down the right side, you can see some like shadows that don't like that look different than the wall shape.
No.
But that's about as much as you can get. Out of
All right.
that. And you think you saw a shadow cross way far in the distance.
I'm seeing shadows, guys.
Yeah, I am seeing movement down this tunnel.
Let's go straight.
Well, that'll be a first.
Hey, Chester. Do you know anything about what shadows lurk down these tunnel hallways?
My name is Gregan, but Chester works.
Well, do you know about the hallways, what these shadow things might be? Is it bad things, or are we okay?
You know, I haven't been down these stores in such a long time, but as far as we've been told, most of the time it's just rats and maybe some bats. There could be city guards down here too, because they are trying to locate us.
They're trying to locate you. Let's go.
Rats are bad enough, as we
Yeah.
see.
Apparently.
I don't even want to meet bats. They fly.
And there could be other things that you don't know about.
Well, there's a lot I don't know about so far.
I say we take our chances going straight if we see shadows both other directions.
Yeah.
So we go down the center corridor.
Mm-hmm.
Go
All
down
right.
The straight shoot, poop shoot.
Yeah. All right. So as you head down the straight corridor.
Doing echolocation?
I mean, if you
she
want.
opened her vagina.
Oh.
So as you're walking down the corridor and this one is whistling.
La 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 la.
Shut up.
I want you to roll listen perception checks again. Specifically for listening.
18.
So in my
17. I only have 1.
that's not the right die. Where's
15.
Plus, that's your total?
Mm-hmm.
20 something, 22.
Alright. So, all of you heard this, but you go quiet real quick because you heard the shuffling of armor.
No.
And it got quiet. But, you also can tell, you can hear something. Only you can. Did you hear that? What was it? I think you're hearing things again. Just shut up and come this way. And then you start to hear armor clink, and it seems to get quieter.
I'm going the opposite direction.
And at...
Hey guys, there's something up there. Some people, 2 of them at least, they're in armor, and they might have heard us, but then the other guy's like, no, you're hearing things, you're crazy.
If we whisper too quiet, our audience can't hear us.
Oh, that's right.
We
I
have
was
to
trying
go.
to be a game guy.
Whisper.
Sorry about it. A stage whisper. Hey guys, there's something down the hallway. It's around the corner. It's wearing armor. I think it might be a guard or two.
You sound like my Aunt Janice.
Yes. They sound like this because they suck a lot of dick.
Oh my goodness.
Squire Spire, find me there.
Okay. So, do you keep walking down the corridor that you've been
Well,
walking?
we're trying to decide what we're doing. That's why I mentioned it to the group.
Don't rush us.
Are we gonna go try to sneak them? You want to take point on that and sneak them,
Let's. I think so.
or do we want to ignore them?
Like sneak past them, or
Maybe sneak, get them.
Mm.
Or maybe I could be a distraction
We
and
don't
I can.
know how
You
many
are a
there
distraction.
are.
I mean, I could. I'm a celebrity, honey. They love Miss Lunesta Suraquil. I can go and give them some bardic talent.
Gregan stops you for a moment. Yes, mistress, but I don't think we want your identity as part of the resistance coming out.
Again,
Are you
this
against
resistance.
with me being in the resistance? Every time I talk about it, my mouth gets really moist, and I feel like I'm foaming.
Moist.
But I honestly don't know why I'm down here, and it's not like I'm lying to these people. Yes, I am. That I don't know why I'm down here. What's happening? I mean, I could do this, right?
I think she's really lost it.
Yeah.
Should we just slowly creep behind and see what more we can find out? Maybe figure out how many of them there are.
Maybe I can fit you under the big ruffles of my veil and gown, and I can just slowly be like, I
Are
don't
you
know what
walking
happened.
and talking as this happens?
No,
No,
we're
we
still
stopped.
hanging back.
Stop.
We stopped.
Dead stuff.
And we're still whispering. We're not like, la, 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 la.
Like you were before.
Exactly.
Oh, this feels like.
What are your thoughts?
I feel like I should go ahead and try to sneak up, since that's what I do.
It might be useful.
Maybe, possibly.
I mean, I can stand behind you, and in case they don't like us, it can be like, be our friend. Be our friend.
Da?
Can always try seduction.
That's true, too.
I mean, it depends on your persuasion, but sure.
I am quite persuasive. Thank you very much. Yes, I am. I have to make sure. Or maybe I'm not. I don't know. We'll see. I haven't had that opportunity yet.
All right.
So, do you want to take point, or do you want me to take point, be a distraction, so you're hidden somewhere in the shadows and can sneak them?
Let's do that.
Do it my way?
Yeah. I like your way.
As you
Lady
guys are
Redhead,
talking,
you want to come with me?
as you guys are talking, you can hear a rustling in the distance far behind you,
Oh.
like water rustling.
My perception, I'm not paying attention to that. I already know it.
I'm just saying you need to decide when to move.
Oh, let's go.
All right, let's go.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
So
So
you're hiding in the shadows,
Mhm.
right? So you're gonna do a stealthy.
I need
Meanwhile,
you to
I'm
make a
just
stealth
stealth.
check.
I'm just me. Somehow I ended
18.
up here.
18 with your additional
Mhm.
and your proficiency.
Oh, then 20.
I'm my normal self. I'm gonna show you. I'm showing you about the city and
All right. Just a couple gals lost in the
Uh,
sewer.
well, you had dropped something and I was showing you how to find it.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, you had lost something in a city, something or other. What's our story? Anyway,
My poor
So
my
you're
pet
gonna
mouse
be-
your
jumped
pet
out of my
mouse jumped out of your
pocket.
pocket and ran into the sewers.
So you're gonna be purposefully talking loud.
No, kind of, yeah. We're gonna
Just walking along.
walking along, singing a song,
Thank
walking
you so
in a
much
smelly
for
sewer
helping me
land.
save my little mouse.
Yeah,
Who
my
has no
pleasure. I'm
name
so
yet.
glad that I'm so glad that you came to our beautiful city of. And I ran into you at the Squire's Byre. It was
me
just
too.
it
And
was
I'm
delightful.
So glad we got out of there because none of those boys were interested in me at all.
I was just it was it's an off day, and but it's a beautiful day, and Like I said, I'm glad we found your mouse.
Me too.
Now it's time for us to figure out how to get back up to the surface.
I know.
All right, so you walk further down the down the corridor, and I'm gonna drop my die. And you come to a fork in the road. This one goes two directions, one to your left and one to your right. You do make perception checks real quick. Just because I really like those perception checks.
9.
Okay. 8, even with your
proficiency as well?
No, not
No,
proficiency.
just 8.
Do you want to?
You hear nothing. Which direction do you want to go?
Nothing. I don't know.
Was it left and right? Well, we're still just doing our thing. So
You know, as players, you could roll percentile dice and go. Let it be chance which direction you want to go.
I mean, let's do it. Let's see here. No, let's do odds or even. So you're gonna be odds are what? Odds are
left.
Odds are left.
Left.
We're going left. All right.
Yeah, we took a left.
Did you just crack your screen?
I was seeing if I did. I don't think I did, but maybe I did.
I mean, it was already cracked.
No, not my screen.
Oh, their screen.
It's fine. It's just covered in smudges like normal.
All right, so you go left, and down the corridor, it appears that there's nothing down here.
There's nothing to go ham on.
There's nothing to go ham on.
I went left.
Yeah, I know.
When you go left, you go ham.
Maybe.
Kind of baked.
All right. On that note, I'm gonna roll some dice.
Well, so much for a guide supposed to get us out of
Does
here.
that
Now
mean
he's
this?
having
Yo,
a-
Chester,
Does that
how are
mean
we
that, or
gonna
does it
get
mean
out of
that?
here?
The whole okay.
She said no buzzing.
No buzzing. God damn it! I didn't hear a phone, did I? Let's not light the fan on fire, okay? Just kidding.
You have paper over the window. I mean,
It's also oven paper. So you walk down this corridor and you find yourself to another forked path. But Reagan does say, I feel like we're getting closer to the hideout.
Which way?
You have, he doesn't know, you have two options
Why did
again.
they send him?
This time it is a T-shaped, like pull up so you come like this and you have 90-degree either direction.
Perception?
Yeah.
Hmm.
I mean, what are we rolling perception for? Oh,
So I have my
do you-
wisdom, correct?
Yes.
So 10.
Okay.
And if you're proficient in the skill, you add your proficiency.
9.
Was that a no or a no?
9 as in number is not.
Oh, okay.
Not as in no.
12.
You don't hear anything either direction, other than the normal like pitter patter of water droplets and things like that. Like it just nothing. By the way, it's no longer perfuming. It's dank.
Recast perfume.
You mean
Well, prestidigitation
Yeah.
in the form of
That way.
perfume.
I'm gonna do an investigation while we're at this fork in the road to see if I can see traces of things like footprints, or like
all right, girl, do it.
things of humanoid-like presence. Shit.
We suck.
9.
No?
No.
Um,
Enough.
Unfortunately, you look around and all you find is rat poop. Which direction are you gonna go? Left or right?
Well, we took a left already, correct?
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We did. So one more. We already went
Mind
left.
you, you've been going like 30 and 60 and 100 feet down these things, so you have traveled a distance.
Yeah, if we keep taking left, so that it's gonna
Eventually,
start
it
to-
has to get back to itself, unless it's like a spiral sort of situation. What way are we going? We're obviously not observant.
Let's. I think we should take one more left.
Last time we went left, I couldn't go ham.
Oh.
All right, we'll go right.
All right, so you go right.
Yeah.
All right, so you go right and you start walking down the corridor.
I'm being perceptive while we do this. I'm not very perceptive. La 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 la.
I am
And
perceptive.
all of a sudden you hear a clank, clank, stop.
Back to plan A.
Yeah, plan A.
Wait.
Yeah.
Yes, queen. Yes.
Don't smudge.
Don't smudge it.
I mean, you would think that there'd be more accesses to the surface from down here.
I
Don't you?
know, girl. Where did we even get
I don't
down
even
in
remember
here?
how we
did
got
we
down
lose
here.
our entrance?
We were up at the Squire's Byre, and next thing you know, your mouse went down the toilet or the porta hole.
If only we could find someone that could help direct us on how to get out of here.
We have to go this way. I do remember. This is the last way to go, I promise.
Is this what
This is
Gregory is
Gregan?
saying? Is this,
Yeah, Gregan just
this
said
is
that
Chester?
to you.
Chester!
We're going the right way, Chester?
Yes, we
All
have to
right.
go down this corridor.
All right, so here we go. We're going. We've been going. We've just been talking about needing to find our way out.
I know.
And we've got Chester here.
All right, so you walk down the corridor, and then you hear a voice. I knew I'd find you down here. Come back here, Resistance. I need you to roll initiative. You've been caught by a city guard.
Well, I mean, did we not see them with our dark vision?
You weren't paying attention. Your perception when you
Did
turned
they
and started
not
walking
fall
was...
for our
I mean, we were
innocent
perfectly.
I mean, if you want to engage them in
I'm
talking
bluffing.
first,
I'm bluffing because, see, I've got this deception, so I'm going to roll my deception check while walking and talking loudly
Yes.
with this one.
I
Deception.
want to roll a deception
Yeah,
as well.
let's deceive. So we're trying to get attention, so it's not
Okay.
like
Well, say what you're going to say first, and then I'll let you roll the deception.
Well, that what I just said was, how did we ever get out of the winking skeever? We came down here.
Oh,
we're looking
look,
for the
there's
mines.
someone there. Oh, sir,
Sir.
hello. Can you help us?
Stop where you are.
I
we-
roll stealth.
Sir.
We were searching for my
Roll
mouse
yourself.
that came down here, and we can't find our way out.
All right, you three.
Agnamina is just here in town.
Hey, where's Gregan? There's 4.
Reagan has better stealth than you.
Oh.
Well, 12. I have this in, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
he does.
It's a 12.
For what? Your deception?
Deception.
My deception is a 23.
What are you doing down here?
She had lost her poor little mouse. She's visiting our town, and I was showing her a good time at the Winking Skeever.
just want to get out
Office guard. And we had to go and collect her mouse, and I since I knew my way kind of, or at least I thought I did, it's like something happened, some construction or something happened, but we're just looking for our way to the surface.
What about the rest of you? What are you doing down here?
Well, I couldn't let him down here unescorted.
He
yeah.
is my newly hired personal security.
Hello.
What prefecture are you from? That will be Polos. You are from the War Prefecture.
What is it called?
Polos?
I'm from Polos.
What are you doing all the way here in Oppose?
I was just out for drinks with my friend.
Do you have your city pass?
Of course I do.
You haven't bought city passes yet. None of you have because you haven't tried.
I use prestidigitation to create a
Isn't this
non-magical
my-
trinket that
Is
is a
this
city
no,
pass
my
in
city
hand.
that I'm from?
No, you're fine. And
Prestidigitation, I can create
He's
a
my-
non-magical trinket that can fit in my hand.
okay.
So I
well,
create a city pass and show it
now
to him.
roll a deception on it.
15.
All right. You may pass,
Thank you, sir.
but don't stay down here much longer. We're trying to find criminals down here.
We're trying to get out. Could you direct us to the exit?
As far as I know, the exit is somewhere this way, and he points behind him, which is continuing the direction that you're going.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you.
Remember, ladies, don't stay too long.
We are trying. Why would a lady of my caliber choose to be down here? Look at me. I am a celebrity. This is not my lifestyle. You know that.
That is weird that you would be down here.
Like I said, I was trying to help my friend find their lost pet. Found down the sewer drain at the Winking Skeever. Or
The Whispering
Eye.
You traveled quite a long way.
Well, we got lost once we were down here.
There are no
I
road
mean-
signs under the roads.
That's hundreds of miles of sewer to get all the way here. From the Whispering Eye? Are you sure you don't mean the Squire's Byre?
That's right. The lads were not into you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we were at the Squire's bar.
Yeah, they weren't
Yep,
into you.
yep.
Too pretty.
Hmm.
So it's a busy
She may
day.
have had a few too many. She can't
It's
hold
been
her
a busy
liquor as
day.
well
I've
as
had
I
a lot of
can.
clients, and now I'm behind on some clients.
Hmm.
Why don't you just take, and I pull out of my bag a nice little parchment and sign it. And for the inconvenience of stopping you from doing the city's civic duties and justice services, come on in and help yourself out to one of the services that we provide at one of my fine establishments.
Oh. Roll a charisma check.
Can I do a persuasion, since I'm trying to use my feminine charms and my business savvy to persuade him to leave us alone and take this gift or bribe
No,
as a...
I want you to roll a charisma
Oh.
check.
Well, charisma is a 10. But I'm proficient with charisma. Oh, charisma check. Yeah, I am proficient, so it would be more than that. It's 12.
Thanks. I'll do something with it. Thanks. Just, I think you need to get going. This is not a place
I
for you.
scurry off
we
in a
do
hurry.
have a
Chop,
right
chop,
Thank
chop,
you,
chop.
That's excellent.
Off we go.
Alright, you're still safe. So you head down the corridor and Gregan stops you. Alright, this next turn to the left is where we need to go.
Where the hell were you?
I am known to be part of the... I don't want to be spotted. You would have been caught right away. I needed to hide.
He was in the Motskin.
Awfully convenient, yeah?
He goes, I was nothing. I just dabs his face with a
Oh,
cloth.
that's what that spell is. Okay.
So, do you want to go to the left? There's also straightforward. But he does say that to the left is where the stronghold is.
Do we go to the left?
Well, if we go to the left, we get out.
If we go to the left, we run into whatever this resistance is.
Do we want to deal with that bullshit? I mean, I guess it would be good to know what the fuck is going on.
I mean, yeah, let's go find out, because I've got connections in high places and low places, and you know,
Yeah.
information is always a resource. What is a commodity? Commodity. We know what commodities are, children, right? You buy it at a good price and sell them at a high price. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we go left. If we go straight, we have to do this whole song and dance again.
Yeah,
with
probably.
the next guard. We may not want.
But
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
I mean, fortunately, you're traveling with a celebrity.
Well, yes, there is that. We haven't forgotten. Just let us.
I know.
So what is it?
We're going
Go
left.
left.
All right. So
The opportunity to go ham. It's
you
gonna
just
be
really
here all
want to
day,
go
everybody.
ham. You
gonna be
just
here all
really
day.
want to go ham.
I
don't
do.
you?
I do. I like those unkosher meats.
All right. Well, you have your chance.
Oh.
As you round the corner, a
Right.
giant rat pops out.
Oh
One
gosh.
solitary
Just the
giant
one
rat.
giant
All right.
Alright.
Is this initiative time?
rat. Yes. Roll initiative.
Don't forget you
Son
added
of a
dice
motherless
six.
goat.
What?
Don't forget you
20.
added dice 6 it if you want to.
A nat
Oh,
20
that's
again.
Yeah, and that 20
Yes, I will.
again.
Yeah.
Do Do I add proficiency to this?
No, your
No.
dexterity.
Oh, initiative. Dexterity.
Yeah.
That's
What's
right,
the
that's
total?
23.
Right. 17.
17. What are you, madam?
13.
All right, and
La 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 la.
Don't worry. We're going to do better this time, right?
I was going to say a thing, but no. No, I'm not going to.
I feel like maybe I should try a weapon this time.
Mm.
Or should I just keep being nasty to it? With my tongue.
all right. So the rat goes, but it's your turn first, Gale. What are you going to do?
Stab the rat.
Okay, you're gonna move to the
I'm
rat's
going
about
to
20
move
feet.
to the
from-
rat's location and
Okay.
stab the rat with short sword.
Okay. Well, why don't you roll your hit?
D20 again, yeah.
Yes.
Son. 2.
Oh.
So you run up to the rat and you're like, ha! And just go like way off to the side instead. It's really dark, but I'm surprised because you have dark vision.
I'm like a Don Knotts comedy here. What is this?
All
I
right,
don't
Monty
know,
Python.
but next up is Lunesta. You just saw Gale run up to the rat and just
It's this
trip
one.
practically. Oh, you're 17. Sorry.
Yeah.
I
Lunesta did not
read
do well.
those wrong. Let me fix that. It's Agnes' turn. Agnemitra.
I am going to cast a firebolt at the rat.
Okay.
So 12.
12.
Plus your...
Oh, plus proficiency.
6.
Plus,
Because it's proficiency in your charismas.
oh, right. Oh, so 18.
All right. You hit. Roll for damage.
You know you want the other number on the other side of that, right?
Yes, I do. That would be a crit fail.
No, that's a 1.
No, that's 1 damage.
Oh, one. Oh, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
That's only with the D20. It's only with the D20.
I'll learn
So
eventually.
you'll learn
I
maybe
need-
more
I-
memory, and we need more memory induction.
All right.
So one. Well, it's something.
All right. So next up is Gregan, and he.
He's gonna heal somebody.
Nobody's hurt. Can he attack the damn rat? Do something useful, Chester.
I mean, he's not a hero. He's just a human.
He's a part of the resistance.
All right.
Ew,
So
we're
he's
hanging
gonna.
out with humans. Is somebody else on the team a human?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
My mother was.
I'm half human. Don't get it wrong.
Don't get it twisted.
I
Okay.
relate
So
with
he's
my
going to.
She's
Oh.
dead now, though.
Mm,
Wait,
Dead. Oh God.
What's the D
That
for
firebolt
dagger?
just-
Yeah, I really like it.
Oh,
better
thank
with the
you.
blue.
Give it to
I
me.
like
Give it to me.
blue's
Thank
nice.
you.
The blue's nice.
All right. So he's gonna run up to the rat and attack it with his dagger.
Hooray! Maybe the rat will kill
He
him.
doesn't have like a club or a mace or something smashy. Club.
Unfortunately, he misses,
Uh.
and everybody's like, so he misses, and now it's Lunesta's turn.
All right. I pull out my rapier and I go to town.
All right, so you move 20 feet and up to the rat and engage it. All right, roll to hit.
I'm attacking it. I'm not engaging it. I
Oh
don't
my
believe in
God.
marriage.
Oh my god. So roll the damn dice.
Yay! It's a finesse weapon, so I use my dex. So that's 12, 13, 14, 15.
All right, you hit. Roll your damage.
That's 1 die 6, right?
What's your damage?
I think it's 1 die 6. I haven't quite figured out how to write those things on the sheet yet. Okay. Rapier damage. Let's look in the book. That's the one thing I did write on my sheet. Is that
1d8.
Oh, is it 1d8?
Yeah.
Perfect. Thanks. I mean, what else is a woman supposed to do except for have a man tell her what to do? It's perfect. Thank you. I'm helpless. Look at me. I'm glamorous.
It's hard.
You
I
are.
have gloves on, people. You know how hard it is? I mean, this is almost worse than acrylic nails. And if you've ever had those, you know what I mean.
All right, let's keep it in the game.
8 points of damage. See, sometimes the bard has to ramble in order to really amp up the points of damage, and that's what just happened. Oh no, 8 plus my I 7 because I have a -1 for my strength.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that? I mean, if you use your dex, do you use your strength for the damage?
Or do I use my dex for the damage? I use my dex for the damage? Oh, 3. Oh, then I got 11 points of damage. Look at that. Sorry, I'm a 3.5 player, so sometimes the rules get me confused.
All right. Well, that's all right. We can get you through it. It'll be slow and difficult, but we'll get through it. All right. So you see the bard who's just like
Rambling and attacking.
she is a rambling. She's like rah, 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 la, 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 la. She's slashing. And that rat just had no idea what was going for it. She basically just rounds up her and this shish kebabs it right through the mouth. And it dies. It's dead. Now on the end of her rapier.
Should I create a bonfire and we can roast it?
Roasted
Who's hungry?
syrup.
Now that looks like the people I was asked to find.
I mean, a protector can't protect me, but telling me how much damage I'm doing, I'm just like, oh god, life is getting too complex for swords.
Alright, so Gregan says
Are we there yet?
it's just right up here. There's the secret door right up here, and Gregan leads you up about 25 more feet up the corridor, and he stops next to a wall. And on this wall, there's a bunch of stonework. It just looks like, your typical, sewer things, but he goes and he's kind of, fiddling with it, and finds a spot, and he pushes in a little tiny stone, and then the wall kind of goes, and then shifts forward, and then it's just darkness from there. Do you follow him in?
I mean, yeah, I'll go in, I'll bite. Well, I won't bite.
Alright, so you step through the door, and it's dark, because there's no light yet. The door closes behind you, and you hear a little, it locks back into place.
I'd like to light a candle.
We're going to take a little break here,
Oh.
because it's been 2 hours. So we're going to take about a short 10-minute break, and then we'll all be back. So, don't go nowhere, to viewers. Stay tuned for the next bit of Dungeons & Drag Queens. You can put the camera.
With our
Is anyone watching?
Yeah, we have 3 people.
Go ahead and pull out.
And somebody commented with a happy face. They were like, "Ooh."
A happy face.
Hi guys, we're back.
Hello.
Are we on mute still or no?
No, you're off mute now.
Perfect. I'm eating some nourishing rations right now. It's Landis bread or whatever those people ate in The Hobbit.
And
Oh my god, you're an elf. It's lambest bread.
got my second box.
Well, I'm half elf.
Oh, okay.
I can spend a little too much time with the
Are you half elf on your
Yeah.
mother's side or on your father's side?
I was like, we're just gonna skip all that and hope that we get this.
No, I definitely am half elf on my dad's side.
Alright. So,
Let's
Welcome.
get out of this goddamn sewer.
I mean, you're not in the sewer technically right now, but you'll find out in a moment.
Are we in like a water treatment facility?
Alright, so let's bring it back.
Are we in?
Unseen.
So, you are in the dark. You have just been led through the sewers by Gregan, and he left you through. Don't look at me like that.
Lead is,
I mean, when you decided to follow, brought to a secret passageway that you all went into, and it closed behind you and locked, and now you're in a dark, a little bit narrower corridor, so you're kind of sort of single file. You hear you hear another clink, and some torches light up. To you, in this world, they look like little glass balls with swirly smoke-like material, but they illuminate pretty well this area. And so you're in a short corridor, and you see that at the end of the corridor, it opens up into a larger space. And he leads you through, and you find yourselves inside of what looks kind of like a bunker. Well, if you're gonna do that, leads you inside of a bunker. Can't look at her when she's doing.
I'm listening intently to storytelling time. I'm fascinated. and
There
you're
are
doing
seats,
amazing.
there are some tables, there's some bookshelves with things on them, but most of it's just kind of like very thrown together really quickly. Not a whole lot of care put into it. It just looks like very makeshift, thrown together real quick. Gregan says, please, have a seat wherever you can. Let's get comfortable and rest up before we move on to the next space. I feel it's time to tell you some things. So,
What a
Well, I find the niftiest stool that's high up sitting to rest my chuckus on.
she needs to perch.
I do. I need a perch.
Is
She
there
needs
a
to
couch?
perch. Is there a couch? Well, why don't you make a perception check? Why not?
19.
Whoa. There's a bench against the wall.
Are there pillows on it?
There are not. It literally, this room is concrete stonework, like stonework, all floors, walls, ceiling with some.
Do they have concrete?
What, you know what I mean? Stonework. And then there's like wooden chairs and tables and the bench along the side.
All right, I go lounge on the bench even though it's uncomfortable.
I find a chair near a table. I sit down, pull out my daggers and my sword to sharpen.
Okay.
Since I've, attempted to use them and they've mostly hit walls and not the things that they were supposed to hit. Shut it.
So you sit down and Gregan,
I start strumming on a harp while he tells us his story.
I wish I had a harp now for you to play.
I wish I would have thought about this, but I have.
You talked about going to buy instruments.
I know, and I didn't do it.
So he
I was focused on the brooches.
he takes a look around the room really quick, checking the door off. There's a door on the far side, and he checks just to make sure he listens to this. It's fine. Comes back and he sits down at the table, kind of centrally located between all of you, since you all seem to be in different spaces. Cool places. And he sits down and he says, so, I don't know how much you know about this world, but there is definitely more going on here than what you see out in Metropoleis by itself. Metropolis being the name of the city. Or Metropolis, as you would have it. He starts to tell you about he goes on to it's a grandish storytelling type, so it just kind of like gets a little grand with it. He's like, the world of you is robust. and bustling races have spread across all the land and everything. That's how we see it. That's how we're told. That's what the history books tell us. They talk about how people have everything they need here in the city. All things are provided to you, assuming you're in the right prefecture. You never know. The Great Casters Council oversees everything in the entire city up above in Exo, which is the city above Metropoleis. You would want to. They oversee the world government, which oversees all of you. You being the name of the world, not you. You.
Is that like a YEW?
It is EU.
EU. Oh.
I was hoping it was EWE.
That's the European Union. I don't.
What is this European? No, we're not even gonna go there.
Nope.
I saw a conspiracy theory about that the other day, but we won't talk about it because this is not where they were doing that.
But
City of Zol is where the Casters Council.
EXO is yes, EXO.
XOXO, Casters Council.
I'm about to tear my wig off.
Oh my god.
Just throw it. They oversee the world government from atop of that city. And then the god pantheon oversees them. They answer to the gods. But
What gods?
you and I both, brother. You and I both. But we all know that this utopia is not anything but more than a facade, and that is why we of the Resistance are here to expose the Casters Council for all that they truly are. We know that this world hides an overbearing theocracy in the darkness, and that it serves to stifle and control its citizens instead of helping them and keep them ignorant to allow the growth of power and reach beyond the planes. The council halts progress and learning, though you won't be able to see this with your eyes, and only allows teachings that are solely approved of through their all-knowing and all-scrying eye. They control all the systems of the city. But we here in the Resistance, down here in the underground, uphold new ideas and new philosophies that we are trying to impart onto the city itself. We believe in these new bustlings of science and intellectualism and the thought of learning things beyond what's based on the gods and religion. We hope to bring something to the world that we believe that that magic and the gods themselves could never. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask me.
So, how do we know we can trust you?
Well, me personally, I mean,
You as in Y-O-U.
Me personally, I mean, that is entirely of your own judgment. I won't tell you how to treat me. I am merely a underling who has been... Underling sounds so harsh. It's actually more like I am a Resistance member who had been tasked with finding particular individuals in the city who held stature, knowledge and ability of the city itself, and whatever you might add to the mix.
I don't even go here. I don't know.
God, the DM breaks themselves. My part is just to find you and to bring you here to speak with the elders of the Resistance, that we might be able to make change in this world that I believe all of you believe in yourselves, because I from what I can tell, I feel like you don't believe in the theocracy of the Casters Council and the control that they wield over.
I mean, what would you do if I told you I was part of a secret regiment of the Casters Council?
I wouldn't believe you, because you wouldn't be here right now if you were part of that.
I would.
You would be here, or you would believe her?
Don't ask so many questions.
I
I'm curious by nature.
I gotta ask these questions because, I mean, how does your casters council know they can trust us?
If you
Do
are,
they see it in a vision, just like the casters council sees the future of the city in a vision?
if you are connected to the Casters Council in some way, that would provide us with immense amounts of leeway into our cause and continuing on the progress of what we're trying to do. You would be an asset to us beyond anything we even have at this point.
So you're saying I should probably use my status and position in society to take advantage of those that you say are wrongdoing, I just see as more powerful?
Yes.
Is there treasure and reward involved?
It is a priceless endeavor. We took over.
That's
You
enough.
That's yeah.
You can, I can't make any promises as far as treasure and gold and things like that go, but the idea of overthrowing a governmental system and recreating the city.
You don't quite understand how I get these rhinestones and diamonds and jewels, do you?
I was at an artist commune recently. I know what this means. This means exposure. They're paying you in exposure. Like what you die from when you're outside.
Okay.
I believe in change. I think our city needs to change dramatically. I think the people
We changed from
need
giving
to
me
be
5
risen
copper
up.
pieces to like maybe 5 gold pieces on the
And-
regular.
I think that no one else should have to go through the horrible things that I've gone through in my life in this city as a poor street urchin who's risen up. But I don't know if you're the people to do it.
There's no one else doing anything in this city but playing along like pawns.
I mean,
You could insight check him too to see if he's telling the truth of anything or being genuine.
well, that's more your department since you're distrusting.
Okay. What do I add to it?
Insight is your wisdom.
Wisdom, and if you're proficient, your bonus.
7.
But well, lucky for you.
My insight on him is a 23.
He seems entirely genuine. He is not dissuading you in any way. He's also not asking you to do something that is against your personal moral code.
So,
Yeah, we also have a phrase for that. It's called drinking the Kool-Aid. I wish to do a perception check to see if I hear anything outside of the room while he's talking audio. Nat 20.
Well, oh.
you're getting them when they count, kinda. I like that.
You do hear, in the door that he checked, you do hear that there are a handful of people just what sounds like you can't tell what they're saying, but it sounds like
He's a murmur.
a murmuring of like a meeting or something like that. Not just like casual murmuring, but more like something that has purpose. He says, "Oh, that is the elders, along with some more of our members. They are meeting with each other before I get the chance to introduce all of you." And so, yeah, he explains to you that that's what's going on in there.
Because he sees me.
He sees you like hearing something, so he knows that you caught something.
So
He's being entirely
I
honest.
was bitten by rats. I found to catch something.
So what do you want from us?
We just need help spreading the word amongst the underground of the people. That way we can create a larger resistance among the population that the Casters Council won't see coming.
So, is the bird the word?
Don't you know that the bird is the word? Everybody knows that the bird is the word. Alright, and with that,
I think we need to roll to find out first.
Investigation. 21.
The bird is the word.
Our DM is gonna kill us.
Wow. Reagan's just like, I don't understand this. Bird
Okay.
is the word.
So I do have a lot of connections in the underground. I know a lot of people in the streets and such. So I definitely could be helpful to you.
We'll see what I can do. Well, I'll wait till I talk to the old elders. You obviously can barely do anything.
Make perception checks.
I don't have time to waste on little people. 6 or 14.
11.
12.
The murmuring in the other room has gotten louder, and it has changed its tone. It is no longer sounds like a meeting or something casual or anything like that, but almost as if something has happened. And quickly Gregan gets up and he runs over to the door really quick and he pops a little thing on the corner and he checks through really stealthily and he shuts it and he quickly turns around to you and he goes, "We need to get you out of here right now."
Define get us out of here. Does that mean going back in the sewer?
We don't need to go back in the sewer.
Okay.
There is another...
Sure, then yes.
What's
great.
happening?
Our bunker has been found out. The city guards are now entering the room. We need to get you out through the other passage.
Oh God, we're part of this system and we didn't even get some kind of fate system is calling on us.
So he quickly leads you over to another corner and shifts a stone, and the whole corner shifts out, and there is a stairway leading up.
Up we go.
He's not leaving with you. Do you go through?
Us.
I mean, I'm not part of the rebellion.
I'm ready to get out of here.
So yeah.
Then I'm gonna let us meet the elders and.
The commotion's getting louder. You start to hear furniture being thrown in the other room. He quickly shuts the door behind you, and
I guess we could have saved them, but.
You don't know how many.
No, he
cities-
told us to go away. He's looking after us. I'm gonna listen to this guy.
So you go up the staircase, and it goes to a short hallway, and then at the end of the hallway is a ladder, and then up on the top you see what looks like a wooden trapdoor.
Who wants to go first?
I mean, it's a trapdoor.
Yes.
It's a trap. I mean, do a climb check or like what do I have to do?
You can just go up the.
Okay,
ladder.
go up the ladder. Is the door? I can't really. I don't know. I'm not a rogue. I don't have the ability.
It's not a
let's-
trap. It's not a trap. It's just it's that kind of.
Okay, got it.
Trap door.
Does it have
It's a
the
floor
lock
door.
or anything?
It does not have a
Okay.
lock.
Yeah, then I just go up and out the door and I climb up and I'm beautifully dressed in my purple satin.
So you come up and you find yourself in. You can flip it over too.
Oh,
Shotgun
delightful!
So you climb up.
Square's fire?
You look up and you find yourself looking into the service room.
Oh,
The
so I'm like
service-
in the pantry.
Yeah, so you're in the service room off the bar of the Squire's Fire.
Oh.
That's convenient.
Yeah, so I'm like, got it.
I'm assuming you probably poke your head back down and you say, okay, you know.
Come on up, kids. We are home, free home, honey.
All right, let's get our drink on.
Can I see that real quick?
First round on me.
Thank you.
That's Squire's Bar. Yes, Lunesta Stirrup. So, out of game. I had to keep my character in because Lunesta works at Squire's and Maximus works at Whispering.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Thought it was the other way around.
Yeah,
So did
think
I.
it was too.
Well, I mean, whatever. We're here.
You're the same person.
I'm the same. I'm saying out of game. Well, anyway. Yes, honey.
All right, so you.
Aside, do we know that yet?
No.
Oh, okay.
I just tell you home sweet home. The first round's on Lunesta, and then you hear me call for Oh God.
So the bartender's name is Agil.
Is a what?
Agil.
A
You
yield?
spell like agile, but it's a hard G. What?
All right, Jeff.
And you have the main head service boy. It's on your paper, so you can see who the employees are.
Oh, right there.
Oh, right there, perfect.
Choma.
Choma, head service boy. Oh, he's my favorite. Yeah.
He's also bar staff kind of thing. So.
Yeah.
Oh, look, and miscellaneous service boys. Hi, miscellaneous service boys.
I miss it. Choma, darling, mother is home, and I have guests. Let's get the table going.
Oh,
Drinks,
Lunesta, I was
drinks.
so worried about you. Down in the sewer all by yourself.
Oh no! I had little Agatina here with me. She lost her mouse.
Agnamitra.
I found her little mouse for her. Showed her around.
Let us get you to the wash so we can get you cleaned up. This is so gross. The rest of you can go ahead and sit down at the table over here. Oh,
I cast prestidigitation to clean myself.
There we go.
is that actually cleaning yourself,
Yeah.
or is it just faking it?
No, it really does clean. It removes filth.
Yes, I can see.
It removes filth. If we only had prestidigitation in real life, I'd go hit the White House up.
All right. So you all
See, we're accurate and relevant.
You all sit down, and Agil comes by with a tray and lays down 3 glasses and quickly pours you the finest ale that you have available and says, Mistress, I was so worried about you.
Agil, darling, when we have moments, as soon as we get cleaned up and refreshed a little, I'd like to take a private moment with my companions and you and have a conversation about what we might be able to do with this place.
Okay. Anything for you, mistress. You just let me know.
All right.
And he quickly runs back around to the bar.
I figure we might be able to use this as a base of operations. I mean, if we can get a little coin from
Yeah.
I mean, you even...
helping out the whatchamacallit.
I mean, if you
Yeah.
check what the layout looks like, you kind of have space for it.
Yeah, I know. I know that.
I mean, if working with this so-called resistance can be of a benefit to us, then I'm all for it.
Are we in?
Oh, I'm in.
All right. Listen, wealthy connections. I mean, it's only going to lead us to wealthier people who will give us more money for the services we can provide.
I would think so. We can always switch sides if it suits us better later.
I like the way we think.
Mm-hmm.
I do too. All right, so Toma comes back with a lightly damped, warm cloth and offers it to you to help clean you up a little and get you put together again. He's so very attentive.
What a sweet boy.
Mind you, what happened to you in the practice session is not necessarily going to be what happens today.
That's good.
That was not canon. None of that was canon, right? Mistress, would you like me to get nibbly bits and maybe the dice for a few games if you felt necessary? What do you need?
I feel like, do we want to head to my quarters and relax, and I'll have some cots brought up and whatnot for the excitement? Or for night. What time of day is it? Not for the excitement. Sorry.
It's still very
For midday nap.
it's like lunch time.
Yeah.
Food.
It's been a very exhausting morning. Go retire for a bit.
Short rest.
Short rest, and come meet us up there, and we can talk about some details of possible opportunities.
I should stitch up the bite marks in my pants and rats.
Yes.
I'll get one of the delightful houseboys to do such things for you.
That would be lovely.
They'll even remove
I pull out
the-
my little flute like Willy Wonka has. I get 3 instruments. I might as well. Yeah, and a little person comes running around. It might be a halfling. I don't know.
I conjure a sewing kit and hand it to them.
How many wait, you can use as many cantrips throughout the whole...
Yeah, cantrips are on point at will. There you go.
Yeah.
They're on point and at will.
All right, Miss Pepper. All right, so you head up the main stairway, which leads you into a very large open space. It has like flying pencils. Watch out! There are round cushioned beds and pillows everywhere. There's drapery, everything. But this is not the room you're going to. You continue on through the middle of the room, and in the back of the room, behind the drapery, there is another door. And through that door opens a stairwell that goes up about like 35 steps. It's a higher up room, and it opens you up into about half of the main other room size. So it's still pretty large. But this is the private quarters of Lunesta or Maximus, whoever is here at the moment, and it is mood lighting and drapery, lots of cushions and pillows everywhere. There might be a hookah in the corner.
Oh yeah, you know me.
Caterpillar, right?
I mean, all the things.
All the things. There is a service boy in the corner just waiting to be utilized whenever necessary.
Whatever that is.
This is just lovely.
Oh, they take such good care of me here at the Squire's Byre, darling. But I help them run a tight ship. Look after the boys, look after the clientele, help clients find the right, help meet the needs of clients in the right way. You know what I mean?
I do.
It's my job here.
Real niche market.
Yeah.
So, are you guys gonna chit chat for a sec?
Yeah, I mean, so help me come up with an idea of how to turn some profit out of this thing, so I can keep this space up for. Is there like a membership to the Resistance they need to buy into?
So
Being a safe house for the Resistance.
At this point, what do we know? We know the Resistance is against the government.
We know that some guy named Chester's part of this Resistance.
Yeah.
He talks about the elders.
That's what we know for sure, is that there is Gregan, and he has these notions of a resistance that exists.
Yes. For all we know, it's all in his head.
What? Okay.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, we've really been presented with nothing.
And we were supposed to meet with these elders.
But he was very genuine.
I didn't get any lying vibe from him.
Me either.
And I'm really good with people.
But it's not a lie if you believe it.
Yeah, did we feel out his mental capacity?
You insight checked him, and he was genuine.
I mean...
He didn't sound like a crazy person, if that's what you're insinuating.
Christians sound like they're genuine, but they're definitely crazy.
Which I find really funny, because the Casters Council would be more considered Catholicism than...
So he's Mormon. Got it. All right. You got that one to nail it down.
I don't know how you got religion out of this, I'm sure.
Well, I mean, he said if you believe in something strong enough, it's truth, and... At least in your mind, so therefore you're not telling a lie, but
Wait.
we all know.
What are you talking about? You never said anything like that.
Yeah,
Oh,
did.
you did.
I was pointing down to this one.
So, I mean, okay. Let's say we believe everything he said. Still, all we know is that they are against what the Casters Council believes. But we know absolutely nothing about what they're doing or how they're doing it.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna actually send the boys out on I've got some business here, and I'll probably got to go over to the Whispering Eye, check on the girls there, and see if maybe there's some insider information they might either have or be able to gain about this resistance.
Yeah, I think we need to feel out the streets first. So I can put some feelers out in the channels that I know as well.
Yeah.
See what we can find out.
Find out what we can find out. I think that's what we're gonna do.
If the resistance is real, then if they are smart, then they will be organized in cells, which is why that way the right hand does not know what the left hand is doing.
Right.
Which already puts us
And
in a
apparently
perfect
the left
place
hand was
because
getting
we
chopped.
don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
And the left hand was getting chopped off as we
Mhm.
were leaving. So.
As
But
you're
they still have all dependable writing.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe we're the core of the resistance.
As you-
now.
Well, that would be terrifying.
as you are talking about this, Agil comes into the room, because you had requested
Yeah.
that he come up as well.
Did we qualify for a short rest in our jib jab?
You're still doing it.
Okay, perfect.
But you
I found a comfy
only get
chair.
hit dice out of it, and you already have all your HP anyway. So
I just, just asking.
It's good to practice.
yes. So he comes up and he's got
The snacks and the things.
snacks and drinks and things, and he stops to you and he says, "Oh, by the way, mistress, while you were out, there came in a request. A shopkeep up in Foss needed to see you about a parcel."
The shopkeep and where?
Foss, Phose.
Is that how the people here ask for a houseboy with a good package? Is that what that means? Parcel?
I mean, it could. Who
It
knows?
could. Madam never tells her secrets.
The shopkeep's name is Clog. He is right off the train
That
station.
sounds unfortunate.
Oh, I had fun naming my characters. Don't make fun of them yet.
I might get eaten by rats later. I'm going to make fun of them now.
Real quick
The
there.
living moment.
Agil. Had to make sure I said anyway. One moment, real quick there, Agil, darling. Can you tell me? Have you heard any conversation amongst the boys, maybe the patrons, about something called a resistance? These are safe spaces inside these walls. We were in the sewers. I ran into an interesting experience with one of the guards talking about a resistance, and I don't know what's going on, and he accused me of it when all I was trying to do was get my friend's mouse. So you, like I was asking, what is this resistance that I've been hearing about all morning?
You're part of the resistance, mister?
I know! Why does everybody keep accusing me of being a part of the... No, I said I was helping this one find their mouse in the sewer. A guard was talking about the resistance, thought I was a part of it, and I honestly don't know what this is. What? Are you a part of the resistance? What do I need to know? I'm wondering if you have any information.
I mean, for the lack of maybe some better judgment, but yes, mistress, I have been part of the resistance for many moons now.
Oh, God. Somebody I can trust and rely on.
How
Thank
long
you.
is the lunar cycle here?
He's been part of the resistance for a long time. God damn it. It is a regular 24-hour schedule in this world. It's very similar. I don't think that changes very much.
Okay.
I just assumed you were part of the resistance as well. I had no idea that you had been out of the loop.
I had no idea that there was even a resistance. I just, manage the conversations, help ensure that this place stays afloat, and you're making your money, I'm making mine.
Yes, we pass information through the Squire's buyer. It's almost even a safe house. The bunker has something happened to the bunker down below.
Oh, well, yes. Actually, something did happen down there. We found our way. Somebody ran into us and said elders are looking for us. And this is after our first encounter with the guards. And then all of a sudden, the guards were attacking the bunker from the other side of some wall, and we were told to leave. And then all of a sudden, boop, up inside the Squire's Byre we are.
I thought you knew everything that went on here.
Apparently, I didn't have... Maybe I'm just when I get in the mode, honey, and I'm working, I'm just working, honey. I'm just working.
So
I don't have time for other people. I'm a
hears-
star, honey.
Hands off.
He hears that and he quickly over to one
Unless-
of the boys and
Except
the
when she
boy
stands on.
disappears down. Don't you worry, I will take care of making sure that they don't get beyond the bunker into the Squire's Fire.
All right, thank you. Well, I mean...
Mistress, we are trying to overthrow the government here.
Okay.
They are bleeding us dry economically.
Are there any clients I should probably take special interest in while here?
Currently, there are none of those in the establishment right now.
Well, not now, but when next time I'm in and about or maybe working, you can be like, give me a signal.
Yes.
A high five.
When somebody of the notion that we are enters the establishment.
Oh no, honey, I was talking about the enemy.
Oh,
I can use my feminine wiles.
Oh yes. If we do happen to get one of the enemy in, and it seems like an opportune time without, shall we say, ruining our cover.
Oh, you won't have to worry
I
about
will
that
let
with
you
me,
know.
darling. They shower me in jewels.
Yes, they do, mistress, and I do love you in jewels. But I do suggest...
This is talking about sex, right? Yeah?
I do suggest that this parcel is very important.
I don't even.
He seemed very desperate. It might be something of use to us.
The parcel, so I guess we're off to get
Let's go get the parcel.
off to get the package at the train station.
Do you like packages?
They have trains?
Well, yeah, we have trains in Metropoleis. We are the world's most advanced city. All things magical will be provided for you.
It's very true. I mean, this city is...
I could sell anything.
So you're prepared, you're ready to leave, and we can head out of the Squire's Fire thing? Is that...
See.
You know, we're finishing up our rest, organizing, doing the thing.
You finished your rest. It was wonderful. You feel well rested. It's about like 2 o'clock in the afternoon kind of thing.
Perfect.
So you leave outside and you are in the prefecture of Oppose. Oppose is, let me read it to you. I have a little descriptor. No, I don't. That's for something else. Oppose is... What? What did you say? Oppose is the bottom prefecture of the whole city. It's, in the groupings of 8 when I show you the map at some point. So it's the lowest one. It is also economically the poorest one.
District 13.
Yeah.
Sure. I mean, if we want to make that connection, I guess. I took notes. Where did I put my notes?
God, I'm an ostentatiously dressed commoner.
Yes, but you also are a part of the Fos Society, which is the prefecture on the top. But we'll get to that.
Oh.
You're a top and a bottom.
Oh, I'm versatile, everybody!
Hey, versatility!
Oh, if only fantasy life were like real life.
Where are you? Notes? I took notes, and now I can't find them. Well, geez. Anyways.
Don't you normally write notes? You don't have to take them because you're the DM.
But
Make it up.
Hey. So, I mean, we're thinking, like, it's run down. It's got, like, the stacked shack-style buildings kind of thing. Built to code and things like that, obviously. But they're going for density here.
It's like the Undercity to Final Fantasy VII.
Sure.
Have you never played that game? Do you not know what I'm talking about?
Not all the way through. Only the demo. The population of this area, which is approximately 90 square miles, it's a large prefecture, is about 6.7 million people. So it's pretty dense for such a lower on the poverty scale kind of section of the whole city, which I guess reflects the real world for the most part.
Normally poverty places.
You have to keep all the pores together, yeah.
Yeah, keep all the pores together.
Closely together so that way they can keep each other warm because they can't afford blankets.
And it's easier to set them all on fire.
Oh my goodness.
Cleanse the purge and plague!
Oh, do we have the purge?
Oh, it's right here. Here are my notes. So, okay, it's the lowest prefecture in the group. There's 8.4 million population. What exists here is the Squire's Buyer. There is a shop. There is
A shop for 8.4 million people.
well, of interest to you in your
Okay.
immediate area.
Okay.
Great shop.
I mean, there's like
Everything.
smaller ones, but like the main the hub shop that then everyone might get their stuff from, like, you know.
The supermarket
The
versus
general
bodega.
store.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then there are 2 border control stations, which are in the inner part that lead into Central City, and then one on the outer wall, which leads out into outside of the main city. And then,
so they control who goes in and out of the city,
as
and
well as who goes in and out
where
of
in
Central
the city.
Not in the city so much, but into the central section. Because there's 8 prefectures, and then there's a central section that then leads up to the upper city of Exo. But you can't get you have to go through. But to get from prefecture to prefecture, there's not border control. You can just it's freely.
But you still have to have papers.
You still have to have like paper passes and things like that. And then there's a train station. This area is darker, seedier, most literally cast in the shadow of Exo. It's like the trashed city.
Hide your mouse.
Apparently, we
cat.
have a new player who has entered the game. My cat. The shops here negotiate in trade.
So not golds.
You could trade in gold, but they don't. They won't necessarily.
There's like not set pricing.
Yeah, it's
a barter.
It's a barter system kind of thing.
Since they have no money.
I mean, they do have money, just not a ton. Or at least the money is all with this one at the Squire's Fire. Yeah. So you do know that you need to get to Foss, if that is where you wanted to go next. The train station.
That's where the parcel is.
Yes. Or at least the shopkeep to talk to about the parcel.
Let's go get the parcel.
Okay. I got a little world map thing that I just sketched out here based on that description.
I'll also provide you with a better map later. I just can't give it to you yet because you're just learning about the space. Excuse me. I'm not even
You got
sorry
you,
about
man.
that one. So, what's it?
We're on to the train station to go to Foss to get the package.
All right.
La, 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 la.
So,
La 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 la.
You head-
Smurfs.
head down the alleyways and the main walkways of this city structure, and you come across what looks like really tall stone tower archway structures, and up on top of those are the train tracks kind of thing. So this is kind of like what city has the train tracks lifted up for the most part? Is that Chicago? Kind of like Chicago, kind of like system, but more ornate and put together kind of track system. And then there's a station walk. You go up the walkway, and there's a station up on top. There's huge building structure up there as well. I'm assuming you want to.
We're going on the train.
I
Yeah.
wish to make a perception check to see if you are being followed.
Okay.
I failed.
Not that you could see it, but you aren't being followed as far as you can tell. So you head up the stairwell and get to the opening of the train station, and you go inside. And quickly, this lovely perky lady comes over, and she goes, "Oh, hi there. My name is Dahlia. I am the train station advisor here in Upholz. What can I do for you today?"
Take it down a notch for one.
Dahlia, darling, if you could please help us get to Foss. There is a package that is urgent with my name waiting all over it. It must be another gentleman caller.
Oh, and we know you get a lot of those there, I tell ya.
So many to choose from. A lady just doesn't know what to do with herself.
I agree. Me too. I hear ya. We're right there on the same boat.
I bet you do have a lot of
geez.
gentlemen callers.
Well, if you're heading off to Foss, is this anybody's first time heading off to Foss?
We'll just say yes for the heck of it.
Well, I gotta tell you, if this is your first time, you get your tickets half off just because, it's your first time on your city papers. Everybody loves a fresh, brand new stamp. And I just want to let you know, too, that currently It is sunny and bright, and the weather is wonderful over there. I mean, as usual, it is false after all. So if you'll just come right over here, we'll get your papers all in order, and you can go. The next train will be here in about 10 minutes. How does that sound?
All right.
Wunderbar.
What if our papers are already in order?
Oh, okay. Well, let me take a look at your papers there.
So I create the proper stamp on my papers.
Now, I want you to make a stealth check when you do that. Because she's also going to make a perception check on. What did you roll?
A 3.
Plus whatever.
Oh,
Dexterity.
4.
Well,
Oh.
I see that you are a little bit of a magic user. Don't you try to use that trick on me. What? Don't let me even tell you. You know what? I'm just gonna let this one pass for now. It's okay. I get it. You're a little nervous. And that is totally all right. I am here to just help you get through the process. So it's so easy. You just gotta pay your bit of gold, and then you're off to go.
Can we just tell her?
It's only 3 gold, and you have a pass that will take you to any prefecture.
Darling, I will
Nice.
just take care of my guests.
All right,
If that
there.
is all right. Here's my paperwork right here for you to go ahead and sign
Well,
off
she
on.
takes that.
Lunesta Cirquil, I'm sure you've heard of me out of the
Oh,
Squire's
yes, I
Bar.
have. I've heard a lot
Next
about
time you're down there, Dahlia, perhaps you should go ahead
it.
and
I
come on
don't
in and
know
I'll
if I
get
could
you a
do that,
table.
but when I'm off, maybe it's always working. But yeah, we could make something happen. You
all
never
right.
know. So she hands you all your paperwork. They're all freshly stamped, and she hands them off to you. It's more so that she just gives you like a ticket pass kind of thing. What it does is it allows you to traverse to any. It allows you to traverse to Fos specifically, but if you stop at other prefectures, they will allow you to get off. But if you get back on, you'll have to pay their pricing amount for where you're going.
So this is not the city card that you mentioned while we were in the sewers. No.
This is
So we
it's
still
like
need
the
to
city
buy a
card
city
thing is
card.
kind of like identification.
Hmm.
The city
Papers.
guards might ask you about that kind of thing if they think like, do you really belong in this section of town? You know, let me check your ID, getting profiled kind of thing.
The city
Oh,
card
yeah,
is
yeah.
more of an identification.
Yeah.
item.
When we get to where we're going, I'll work on getting you a city card. Sorry for that. hassle. I forgot that.
Yes. We call those papers.
I already have a city card.
No, one that's an actual city card.
And you already have you both have city cards. This
Right.
one just doesn't because
I have two
Why do
city
I have
cards.
city cards?
True.
I'm not from city.
Well, this is news to your DM.
I'm not originally from here. I'm an elf. I don't live here.
Everybody lives here.
Oh, everybody lives here. Oh, so, yes, I have city card.
Yeah.
So why don't I have a city card?
Because you're a street urchin. Why would you have a city card?
It's the reason I can't let certain folks from outside into my bar because they don't have an official city card. They just have a city central concern identification.
OLCC.
Oh my goodness.
I tell you.
Okay, so, right here, the train is arriving. Why don't we go here through the gate and you can get on the train and off you go.
Oh, please, can we?
I just can't wait to get to Fos. Here we go.
Yay.
So exciting, yeah.
So, you're on the train.
How
and
long of a trip on Fos does it take to get there?
This is going to be, because you're going from the bottom section all the way to the top section, so this is going to be about an hour and a half of a train ride.
Would that be enough time to forge this street urgent some papers? Do I have a private car?
We can spend some time doing that. You do have you can have private space. The train is so often that it's not always full with
Okay,
people
got it.
kind of thing. And as well, you got onto an express train, so there won't be any stops along the way. It's just gonna be straight to Fos.
Perfect.
Because these tracks are also like double, so that way multiple trains can utilize. So, okay, if you want to spend some time crafting some city papers for this one here.
Do you have a forgery kit?
Yes,
They do. They are well versed in.
because my scam is multiple personas.
It's good.
Alright, so how are we doing this?
Is it a sleight of hand or is it a deceptions?
I would say, well, you're crafting something.
Well, I did because they don't have crafts in this.
It's true, they
Version.
don't.
I know I get to use my proficiency bonus when I use a forgery kit. I just don't know if it's deception
I would say.
or if it's sleight of hand, because sleight of hand is like dexterity, blah blah blah.
Let me take a look at.
Is it in the book somewhere, maybe?
Yeah, there. I mean, I'll. Let me look up something real quick here. Excuse me again. My goodness, I am just full of the gas right now. Yeah, for that one, I'm gonna say it's gonna be a sleight of hand because it's a dex check as well, which makes sense.
Beautiful.
So you're crafting something with sleight of hand, and you have all you have all of your things to work with it, so we're totally fine there. Crafting. See, downtime activity. What?
It's downtime activities. This is a downtime. I'm not gonna sit here and try to talk for an hour on camera. I'm gonna craft an item for an hour, hour and a half.
187.
I mean, I've already been doing a lot of talking for no good goddamn reason for 3 hours.
And you still have your voice. All right.
Me.
I have the recorder.
So you just need to be proficient with the tools.
Yeah, I am.
They're not paying us.
And it doesn't say what type of roll you make, though. But I'm going to call that one sleight of hand. That makes sense.
Look at all those lovely poor person homes we're passing.
Yeah, we call them hovels.
Oh.
22.
22.
17 plus 5 is 22.
All right. So you spend the better part of a 45 minutes really delicately writing out this city card to look identical to yours. You even use your forgery kit to forge the stamp for the for Polos, because that is where they're from, and as an origin point, and it looks pretty identical.
All right. 23 forgery. Come on.
Come on, forgery. Work.
Well, thank you.
All
It's
right.
amazing how smooth this train ride is.
It's very smooth.
I mean,
It's pretty quick. I mean, there's some people on, but they're not doing anything. Somebody does come by, really quick, seems like an attendant, and says, "Oh, by the way, we're about 30 minutes out from our stop at Falls. Would you like a beverage?"
do all of your attendants talk like this? Is this what happens? Is this part of training? Yes, I would like a. Do you have Diet Pepsi?
I'm not sure I know what that is.
It's
but
an elven drink. It's fine.
okay, I can look in the back for you. Is there an alternative just in case?
Vasa.
Okay. Anything for you?
Whatever the strongest thing on your shelves is.
Okay, I will get that for you. And what would you like?
Oh, Lunesta Cirqua would love to have a glass of water and maybe some tea.
Perfect. We'll have it right away in the next 5 minutes, and then you can enjoy the rest of your trip.
Delightful.
Protect those vocal cords, eh?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so 5 minutes passes, the attendant comes back and hands you all your drinks, and then says you're about 20 minutes out, and then you'll be able to get off the train at Falls. All right, so you spend the next 20 minutes sipping your drinks and admiring the window. Outside the windows, you see that the prefecture that you're going through now is. Let me pull it up on my map so I know exactly which one to tell you.
Can't believe this is the strongest thing on their shelves.
I know, right? The prefecture you're currently going through is Theos, which is the divine prefecture, and you're about on the tail end of it, so you're about to pass it and head into the wall that separates into the next section.
Awful lot of marble and gold.
Well, you know, I mean,
It's pretty gaudy.
somebody.
Yeah, it's
I would
'cause
say
it's
this section
religious.
looks a little broke.
My goodness.
That was Baroque, in case anybody didn't
Yeah,
get the
yeah.
exact
Oh,
pronunciation
you
of
got
that.
it. You got it. Yeah.
All right.
I'm one of those terrible people who will describe a joke even though I don't mean it.
You find yourself crossing into through the wall you just passed, and you are now in the prefecture of Fos. Out the windows you see, which is towards the outer part, not towards the inner section of the city, you see lots of open building spaces, lots of white marble, and lots of lighting everywhere. There seems to be drapery and things. Also down in the bottom of the beginning of this section, you see a very elaborate, symmetrically towered and draped place that has baths in it and stuff, and you recognize that because that is the Withering Eye.
Whispering eye.
The Whispering Eye.
I mean, she hit menopause already, god damn it. Ah, shit. Miss Withering, honey.
And
You hit a dry patch.
off in the distance,
More than a
towards the
patch.
center of the area,
Forever.
you see a very tall structure, and that is known as the Temple of Fos. And the Temple of Fos, possibly the most famous out of all the temples. I just want to give you a city description here. I wrote it myself. It is large and tall and an impressive piece of architecture, mostly made out of marble, and there are 4 towers, each adorning the corners of this area. And on top of them lies a bright beacon of magical light, and these lights keep a majority of Fos lit up during the night, even. There is a courtyard inside the temple that you can see from this, because it's not too far away. And it spans the perimeter of the main tower area. And you can see people walking in and out and things like that. And after that, the attendant comes by and says, "Oh, we're just about to arrive here at the train station. I want to thank you for riding and enjoy your stay in Fos." And the train comes to a slow halt, and the doors of all the cars and stuff open, and people are being let out, and you see where the exit is. And I'm assuming you all walk towards the exit, and you walk into the train station. And an attendant notices you and says, "Oh, hi there. My name is Delia. I'm the train station advisor here in Fos. I want to say welcome. Can I see your city papers before we let you out here?"
I hand over some city papers.
All right.
Yeah,
Realized
mine
the
as
city
well.
had so many mimics.
It's
Such a mimic problem.
create
Studio.
them in a lab somewhere?
I
Oh,
think so,
there-
yeah.
Right?
All right, you're all checked out here. I want to say thanks so much for riding the train with us today. I hope you enjoy yourselves. Go have some fun. It's bright and shiny as always, and just have a good old time. And when you're ready to go, I'll be here ready for you. You leave the train station.
And the shop we're going to is right outside the train station.
It is.
We walk to the shop.
We walk to the shop. Da la 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 la.
That's an obsession right there.
That's our walking
Oh,
song.
that's our walking song.
All right. So
I'm just singing it quietly. I'm wrong.
Your body arms.
He's a
Your
little.
arms move to the beat of how we la 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 la. Yeah.
He's a little tone deaf, so he doesn't want us to hear.
There's that too.
Oh, okay.
So I
So
think with the elven ears, I wouldn't be so tone deaf.
you approach the shop, and it's pretty nice. Like, it's well put together. The building looks really lovely. It's not huge, but it's big, and there's marble towers that kind of like create the main structure, and then there's stonework and wood finishing it, and you can see all sorts of items and accoutrements in the window. And I'm assuming you want to go inside. Yes.
This
I
place
mean-
smells like money.
It sounds
Oh,
like a
and so
Craigslist ad,
then
actually.
okay, so here
It's big but not huge.
here is a
3/4 of
descriptor
wood.
for Foss.
Is Crag. Here in this is Crag's list.
Yes. The Foss prefecture is the highest prefecture. It has 5.6 million population, so it's decidedly smaller than the other prefecture.
Goddamn gloves, bad idea.
What you have here is you have
It's fabulous.
Clog's shop. You have the train station. You have the 2 border control stations again. You have the Whispering Eye, and that's what you have here. I would describe this prefecture as the highest of the high society of the prefectures available. Everything is put together, and it also is marked as the lowest crime in comparison to everything. I mean, most things are open air buildings, open air markets. People are freely walking around. There always seems to be a very balanced glow of light. It never seems to shift.
Would you say, with the prevalence of the temple there and stuff, that there's more religious aspect in this prefecture?
I would say, yeah, that this prefecture definitely, or at least they do follow the Caster's Council more to a T than other prefectures might. The temple is a prominent fixture in the prefecture. And I was just gonna say that it's a mainstay, heavily used and prominent. And the shops negotiate via currency only, and they are very expensive. Just FYI.
I'm expensive.
You are expensive. Look at you. All right. So you enter the shop, and you come inside, and you shut the door, and quickly, oh, what are you? Oh.
Well, hello there, kind stranger. I hear you summoned me from lands far away.
Are you the mistress from Posh?
I am Lunesta Suraquil. You may have heard of me in my lovely
Lunesta
talents.
Shiraquil.
Yes.
Okay, I have such importance to see you. I've heard so much about your capabilities.
Well, I don't know what to do. I'm gonna blush. I thought gentlemen kept that to themselves.
No, it's not. No, it's
Pretty common
fine.
knowledge.
I don't know what
Listen here, street rat.
I don't know what you're talking about, but what I need from you is assistance in retrieving a parcel.
I thought you had the parcel that we're retrieving.
I was told by Agil that you could retrieve a parcel for me. That you were the best for it. I've heard so much about your capabilities. I really need this parcel by the end of today. Please don't leave me in a lurch. I need you. I will help you out via my shop if you help me find this parcel.
Right, scan, take a perception. What's on inside this shop right now? What am I looking at? 20 something. 20.
Give me a good.
A 20.
Just a solid.
Not natural
Okay.
for perception.
So you look around and there are shelves.
Shelves! Guys, there's shelves all over the place.
If you don't believe me, I've got all of the shinks all over the shelves. You've got all the latest potions, the highest of the superior potions. I know you like superior.
Things.
Magical items and...
Our accent change. I love it.
So like,
I never said I was good with voices.
No, I love it. I love it. She's just
Awesome.
as crazy as me.
Basically, you see that there is any potion and item that you could want. This place is well stocked.
Shall we get
You will
ourselves
find
a
from the
package?
cheapest, lowest potions, but you will also find some really expensive items.
Usually always up for getting a package.
No, that's not. It's fine. It's fine.
Well, it looks like you have a couple of messengers on your hand.
Oh, shake.
Don't
No,
shank
please
us.
don't.
Please don't shank us.
We've had a date
Thank
with the rats.
us.
We don't need any shanking.
Oh, gratitude.
Oh, gratitude.
The last I heard is my partial. There might be somebody at the Whispering Eye.
Mhm.
I believe is that they went to the Whispering Eye. They had last person I knew had it went to the Whispering Eye.
Okay.
Who?
This is incredibly coincidental.
You know, I wasn't given their name, or the DM hasn't figured out the name yet.
Okay.
But they were.
Can you give us a description
I
of the
can give you a
individual?
description. I can give you a description. Where did it go? Where's my other description? There we go.
I want to know if they're partial to the parcel.
Are you partial to the partial?
This is what I.
You are so partial to the partial.
The person I
Yes.
saw was this beautiful lady. She was a druid, very almost regal like, tall and very kind-hearted. She seemed like the type that really gets down on her knees and works with the earth.
They're called the Earth. That's what they're calling it these days.
Mouse.
Which makes sense for a druid. I mean, they work with.
Darling,
Yes.
it sounds like you're speaking about my sister Sarah. Out of game. I'm a compulsive liar, even when it's uncalled for.
She was a half elf
My sister Sarah, see?
and had some grit to her too.
Great.
You'd be able to pick her out in the crowd.
There's a cream that cleans that up. I think.
Oh my god.
Was she like 80? Or was she more like 20 grit?
She looked in her mid to late 30s.
She could send the table.
Okay, so she's like a 39.5 grit. Got it. Not quite 40
Yeah.
grit.
But you do know that she
You're gonna
went,
feel
fine for
that she
Zorka.
went to the Withering Eye.
The whispering
The
eye.
Whispering
The
Eye.
whispering. Why do you keep making my vagina so old and dried up right now? Why? And it's Maximus Haldol who's
Because I
at
am
the
providing entertainment for the
whispering
children.
eye.
Instead of walking them in nature, I am providing them with entertainment.
Okay, at the withering eye. Your withering eye.
Yes. At the Whispering Eye.
All right.
That'd be my whispering eye.
Oh, I must tell you, too. It's best that you be careful in this section of town. The shitty gods are everywhere. I think I might change this voice for later sessions.
The shitty guard.
Just be careful.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Don't lose your lashes.
Yeah. Oh shit. Hi guys, we're having fun. We're doing nothing but drag queens and D&D with Drag King. It's amazing. It's my favorite thing. I hope you all enjoy.
Your
it.
lashes are still on you.
No, they're sticking together though.
You listen to Glenn. So I take it you probably will then head towards the Withering Eye, which is actually
Whispering Eye. That's alright. I keep calling her characters Chesters.
That's his name.
the Whispering Eye is towards the wall that is with the other previous prefectures, so you can actually follow the track line from the ground and get to it fairly easy.
Like Old Town Chinatown. Got it.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
As we
Let's
will
walk
never
to
be.
Whispering Eye.
Oh my goodness, I think we're getting close to the end of this.
We're back.
Yeah.
When we realize the recurring theme is Well, let's walk too. And this is what happens.
So we're walking to the Whispering Eye right now.
And
I'm paying attention because I was told there was guards on the thingy, on the lookout for things,
All right.
and on the alert. So I'm gonna also be on the alerts.
Make that perception check, girl.
I think next time, with the way these guards are after everybody, I'm just gonna change my name to Amber Alert. And maybe you should change your name to Miranda Rights because they're never gonna read them for you.
At least you'll never get read.
Exactly. I rolled a 7 plus 4 is 11, so I'm not very attentive. La 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 la.
I also rolled a perception check. Eee. Wait.
You, the
Why am I
street
dumb?
urchin, have advantage on this one.
I'm rolling one too.
You get to roll another one.
Never.
You
You
get
have
advantage. You roll it
advantage.
twice.
Oh,
You're a street urchin.
that's right.
You know the street.
And you take the better of the two.
And
It only improved by 1.
One.
So it's like an 8.
So yeah, 8.
what are you?
Oh,
You still gotta give me the number.
yeah, mine 8.
Okay. Well, none of you are real perceptive. But you there! Over there! Straight out of the shop and you're already getting spotted.
Oh, Jesus.
I thought they said
Why
they
are
were
they
shitty
spotting
guards.
us? How do they know? Like, what?
Are they yelling at us from behind?
Yeah, you don't know where they're yelling from, but it's not. It's in a different direction than where you need to go. There are alleyways and things to traverse through, but you're in the midst of starting a chase, so you need to make a decision fast.
I mean,
Quick, this way.
I take the time to try to like look for where the voice is coming from, and in that meantime, I'm like pulling back my cloak and like trying to
Raise your perception level.
no, I'm just pulling back my cloak, but in this moment, I'm also preparing myself to appear as though I'm Maximus Haldol.
How long does it take to change disguises like that? Are you using your disguise
I mean,
kit, or are you using a spell?
I'm pretty.
Because you have to use like how long it takes to utilize you're crafting essentially.
Right now I'm just presenting more female energy, trying to get that Maximus Haldol. I belong here in the Whispering Eye business.
I sprint around the corner and jump in a dumpster.
Oh, darling, I'm trying to tend to.
All right, so
What happens? They die hard with this one.
right when you hear them say, "Hey, you over there," this one just darts right around the corner, and they go, "Stop right now!" And they start giving chase. They're about 50 feet behind.
They're coming from behind us.
It's a different direction than where you were heading, so they are.
Yeah, the store is directly behind us. They're off to our
They're up to like
our
the
left.
back to the
Yeah.
left side. Okay, I'm turning around to look for them and greet them.
Well, you see two guards now
Like beelining it.
beelining towards you. They're not in a dash, but they're in a regular.
They're like in a hurried moment.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's fine.
Agamonita, come back out here. It is okay. It is okay. Don't worry about it. It is I, Maximus Haldol. You were just friendly guests and visitors to my establishment.
I'm sorry. I'm a little jumpy.
Hey, back up.
Hello there, guards. Hello there. It's just me, good old Maximus Haldol. How are you today, gentlemen?
I do put my hood up.
Let me see your papers.
I hand him my Maximus Haldol papers.
All of you.
Everybody else
It's
hands out
mine.
their papers. These are just my
Unzip my
esteemed
coat.
guests and visitors from other prefectures, dear officers.
Make a persuasion check.
And I'm just
And you too.
I'm just showing them
With
the
advantage.
delights of the Whispering Eye.
Not you.
Oh.
You with advantage.
Do I add anything to it?
Persuasion is your
Charisma based, and
Charisma.
if you're proficient in it, natural 20.
If you have, so look on your character sheet. Look
Yeah.
at next to persuasion. If you filled in the dot,
Okay.
that means you can use your proficiency in it. What did you
Okay.
get, madam?
Natural 20.
Okay.
Got a 10.
All right. With all your extras.
No, with
You're not proficient in it, are you?
But do I add charisma?
Yeah, you add your-
Okay, so 14.
Okay. You aren't doing anything. You just hand your papers. So. I'm.
Do you know how to do this? Elves get asked for papers all the time.
All right. Looks legitimate. You need to be careful out here, Mr. Haldal. There is quite a commotion going on.
I hear there is some kind of rebellion or something going on amongst the
And
city.
they are walking amongst the streets.
Well, if I have any information, I will be sure to report to the guard, commissar de police,
The guard.
the guard station, and inform you. I will keep my eyes open and my ears to the ground, listening for information.
You are a example of a good citizen.
I try to be. If it wasn't for the heavenly divines and the great Casters Council helping us in this world, where would we all be?
Amen.
It's true. And you don't dash off when the guards call for you. Next time you might not be so lucky.
You have to forgive them. They're an understudy. I've taken them in to show them my talents.
Oh.
I'm sorry, sir. I come from a rough background, and
Yes.
when I get yelled at, I startle a bit, and my instinct is just to run away.
It's okay. This one time, you're totally fine. Just move along. And they just ignore you. They just hand your papers back. You're like, you're fine. So sparkly. All right. So, she's showing off the jewels. All right. So they turn around and leave you, and you could continue along down the pathway.
It's like a summer-fall transitional moment. It's a pear cut for about 2 carats here on QVC. Sorry.
No, but okay. All right, so you walk for what is probably a good hour. I mean, these are large prefectures.
So I'm walking from my house to my work. Got it.
Yeah.
3.5 miles.
I mean, there's also like a lesser train system, like a bus system. Not so much a bus, but like cart system kind of things like that. So you might have gotten onto one of those and they'll take you further just to help expedite the time frame. You still did go quite a distance. So you went from like Southeast Portland to North Portland, kind of like.
All right.
That's still not a huge amount of time,
It's
but
3 miles.
yeah.
Okay.
And it's like, with the amount of people that are around, it's like traffic and things like that. You've got, it took you about an hour to get there. So you get to, and what you see in front of you is this large, very large structure that's built what looks like from just towers. Approximately, like, they make a square shape. And there's no walls on any of these. All you see is very large drapes. Very large drapery that goes from the top of each tower down and then across the. So it creates like a wall system.
It's
but
very Grecian, if you will.
It's very Grecian. You can't really see inside of it, kind of thing. But you have arrived to.
I've arrived. That means the rest of you can come now.
The Whispering Eye. And we don't have any employees written down yet, but that's okay.
It's alright.
We'll figure it out as we go. So the way the basic structure is, you go inside and you can see that there are patrons draped on cushions and things like that. There are the service girls walking around in their beautiful flowy dresses. They've got like huge jars full of different things. And
I see whores.
That's all I see is whores. I don't even. I was going to do a perception to look for the
With
druid
huge
lady
jars.
or whatever. Sarah is what I call her. But that's not happening. I'm not.
since this is your establishment, I want you to establish a name for a main employee.
Oh, okay.
Like the head of house. Okay.
Gertrude!
Yes.
Oh, Gertrude! Maximus here, honey. Gertrude, honey, I need to speak with you, please, for just a moment, if I could.
And now I immediately regret my choices.
Gertie.
Please write that name down. What color are the employees? Or name section?
I mean, employee name section is bright pink, but then the writing underneath it is what I call orchid, and then services. But I guess the
and then write there who she is with that. Like
like
write her name.
Gertrude is her name. Head of house is in black.
Yeah. So. So from around the corner, you see the drapes just like waft open like magic, and out comes this very tall, very stern, a real go-getter, a real gets the job done kind of woman. Very like broad and voluptuous, and some of the other girls are a little better looking. I mean, but Gertrude is not a service girl. She is the head of house, and that is to her skill level. Like, she keeps that thing running like...
She started doing
I just want you to tell me how to be Melrose Miss Teen American Princess now, don't you know, every time you get ready to talk about somebody.
I told you I was stuck on that voice. It's never going to go away. It's now going to become Saturn's voice. Just kidding. She rounds the corner and says, "Oh, mistress, it's so good to see you. What brings you here to the Whispering Eye?"
Well, Gertrude, my friends here are new to the prefect, and I was showing them some wonderful what we have to offer here. Maybe get some refreshments.
Shall we get them some service, girl?
Let's get some girls bringing some water and some wines over to the table, if you don't mind.
Well,
and,
I have your private area
also,
available
yes,
for
let's
you.
get the cabana going, Gertrude. Let's get the cabana going. Also, have you seen, and I give X, Y, and Z description about a girl willing to get on her knees and put the work in?
I think there might be a lot of those here.
Narrow it down. Druid.
Well, yeah, I was going into the druid description of the patchouli and the more natural fragrances, the musk of moss and mildew.
That's what that is.
Oh, I am not sure, but I can ask the rest of the girls in the here in the establishment. And
I was told
to
that she has a package that I'm supposed to be picking up for someone. So if you could get the word out and get the girls going and running around, that would be great. Maximus here would definitely appreciate it.
Perfect, awesome. Well, let me take, and she takes you over to the private area. Usually it's like considered the VIP, but since you are here, they've cleared it out because you always get it,
Right, I choose who's VIP.
It's very in the center. It's the very center spot. It's covered with the most drapery, and it has a lot of cushioned seated areas around the perimeter of it, and then inside the middle are stair steps that go down, and it's like there's this beautiful, clear, bluish toned water. It's also a bath, because this is a bathhouse. And you can see that they had gotten the furnace going, because now the water is starting to steam just a tiny bit. It's like a nicely drawn hot tub. And she says, "I'll be right back." And then she goes, if I can snap correctly. And so a couple of service girls come in with jars full of different liquids, your favorite beverages and things like that.
I slap Gertrude on the tuchus as she leaves that, give her a good
Mistress, it is during the work hours.
Mistress, it's Mister, but
Mister, you keep it down. This is during the work hours, I tell you.
So is Gertrude your
Everybody's from
piece of
Minnesota.
pie?
Gertrude and I have a good sense of being with one another.
So, I have a different question.
Yes.
Weren't you a woman earlier?
That's yeah.
I mean, I didn't want to say anything because, guards.
Well, I happen to be one of many talents and many faces, and many faces happens to be one of my many talents, you see. Tends to give me the things I need in life as easy as possible and with as little sweat as well.
Let's see.
So yes, is what
I
you were saying.
I get to eat the cake for both worlds, and it works out.
I am never one to criticize another grifter.
My mother always told me I was special and that the spirit spoke to me, so that's how I came across my bardic intuition knowledges. And, well, I don't really see myself as living the life of two different people. I see myself as two different people.
This is good to know. And helpful. So you have two places. The
No, I have
Squire's
one place, and Lunesta Circle has a place.
has the Squire's Fire. I see. So now we know.
Oh,
I recently watched a movie about that called Split.
Wait, what is this
They're
movie
not-
you
they're
speak
not-
of? What are movies?
They're not paying us either.
It's a talking picture show, guys.
Do the thing,
We
Julie.
went to the talkies.
The movie is what they talk when you go see performers on a stage and they move around and do things.
Movies.
They're
Movies.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
As
'cause
opposed
they're
to just looking at them sitting.
They're
That-
movies.
that's a
They're full of
standee.
movers.
Right, that's
Right.
I got it.
That's a
Got it.
stilly. A movie versus a stilly.
Now we're just silly.
Oh my god.
But not stilly.
No. Even though we're sitting here, we're not very still.
Is,
No.
is this a good place to lay down for an extended rest?
Yes, this would be a comfortable place. We can make it happen.
All right. So you spend the better of an hour just enjoying yourselves, and I mean you consider it a short rest, but I mean not that you do. What? What are you doing?
Drag queen itch. You know how it is. I don't have a wig on. I get it, but I still gotta scratch my head through a headband.
You spend the better of an hour or so just kind of like chatting amongst yourselves and drinking the beverages. I think,
I canoodle with Gertrude a little.
yeah, I think the three of you should make Constitution saving throws just to. Okay, you guys have been drinking, so.
Natural 20.
18.
And you added your Constitution modifier to that.
20.
22.
What about you, Maximus?
Oh, Maximus
This
is just
is when I
with
roll
chicken.
now.
Right?
10.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
I rolled a 10, and that's including the.
Maximus is tipsy. Definitely a little bit, a bit much, but not too much. But you definitely are very. Tipsy.
I'm cutting up.
You are cutting up.
I'm
this
going
one
left
as like
and getting
nothing,
ham.
and you are holding your alcohol yet again. So you two are just like, huh? Did he do anything? And you're just like, this is the best I've ever had.
He's at home.
No,
he's
I'm at
relaxing.
home and relaxing. I'm cutting up. I'm going
It's
left
true.
and getting hammed.
And so while you're chit chatting and you're canoodling with Gertrude and she's giggling and things like that, it's not like she gets this attention very much being the head of house. I mean, she's got to run around all the time. She can't pay attention to patrons. A service girl comes in and goes over to Gertrude and kind of goes. Gertrude exits for a moment and they.
I start strumming up my harp, and I just play a little ditty, just 'cause performance. I'm drunk. I feel like singing.
All right. Are you gonna sing? Is this gonna be?
No, I don't
bardic
sing. I'm
inspiration?
just strumming a harp right now. I haven't had any. I've fought 2 large rats, a swarm of rats, talking my way out of guards. What kind of bardic tale do I have to tell? None. So I'm just playing an instrument, providing an ambient, like, peaceful little bird diving in the pool, cherub bathing, Roman bath house.
Yeah.
Fantasy. harp music. I want you to feel like you're on the 7th level of heaven, listening to all the harps.
Okay.
Not just.
Are you rolling for something?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm giving you a grandiose description of what I'm trying to do here, so that way when I fail miserably or not, it works out to my advantage. I roll a 19 for my performance check. Just to entertain the masses,
Even
maybe get
though
a little
she-
coin thrown
So-
at me.
So
It is a
basically,
bust.
what happens right now is Gertrude exits, and then this one pulls out their harp, and they're like, "I am feeling a bit of a song coming on," and then you hear, and the drapes kind of let up and open, so you can see across all the different areas, except for the outside, obviously. And this one stands up, and he starts strumming his harp, and he's slowly wafting his way through the draperies, and everybody's just like attentive, and all the girls have stopped to take a moment to fawn over Maximus because it's Maximus. I mean, come on.
How can you not?
How can you not?
Charismatic.
And it is a beautiful, well played, for the amount of alcohol they've had, it is a very beautiful, well played harp.
Give me a penalty,
number.
goddammit.
And so that goes on for a good like 10-15 minutes, and then you see Gertrude come back into the private area, and she's kind of like show a little like what happened, where'd everybody go, and you see this, and you can if you want to, you can slow down your harping or just keep it going. She's just like, she gives you the knowing like look. She's like, like I have something to tell you, kind of thing.
All right. I strum about wonderful, fantastic ending. I'm gonna have to get some harp music downloaded on my phone just so I
Yeah.
get that effect. I need it.
So you strum it up real nice,
And I finish up the Wade's World Part-Time, excellent. And I
everybody claps. Everybody claps. You walk back towards.
thank you, my
doing
lovely
your bows
patrons.
as you walk back towards the VIP area. The drapes start to slowly come back down into place. Beautiful play. Beautiful as always. It's always a lovely day when you come visit.
Oh, thank you, Gertrude. Thank you so very much. Nothing pleases me more than to fill the ears of all the lovely patrons and staff here at the Whispering Eye with nothing but heavenly music sent from the gods above.
I take it Madam needs her pills again.
Blessed be Caster's Council.
Speaking of that, I have some news on your little endeavor as well as some bad news.
My what news and bad news?
I do know where this person is that you were looking for. They actually aren't here at the Whispering Eye anymore. Come on, fetch quest. Also, Maximus, you and your group are in danger.
How?
The girls have reported that they overheard the city guards talking about the three of you being part of some resistance.
No,
Apparently, there is actually a warrant out for your arrest.
Well, I just cleared that up with them because on my way here they approached us and I was like, no, I'm sorry, you are sorely mistaken.
This seems to be a later development, like they were spoken to by the upper management.
So pause real quick. This is pause real quick. Add a game.
So Lunesta's the one that is because that is part of the one that is being spoken about as being wanted. She's just speaking to you as Maximus because you're Maximus right now.
Yeah.
She is respectful of your identity.
Oh, does she know about my other identity?
Yeah, I mean everybody who works for you knows about your other identity.
I guess that's true, huh?
She goes on to continue to tell you about it. She says that that there was talk about some bunker that was raided. Some people were captured. There was a man who was tortured very severely. This man might not even be alive. We don't even know. But he mentioned they had gotten information out about 3 people who were also there. But all they knew was what your descriptions and no identities and things like that. The reason why the girls know this is because the girls heard them talking about the descriptions, and so they know who is being talked about. For the most part, that they know your description being described via the guards that they were eavesdropping from. They don't necessarily. They're just assuming that now that they see that the descriptions are of you two.
We're somewhat recognizable.
Well,
You were with Lunesta, so it makes sense that the girls aren't dumb. They're definitely intelligent enough.
The guards are looking for Lunesta, but not Maximus.
Not necessarily Maximus, no.
Also, how long were we on that train?
About an hour and a half.
How do this?
Things happen fast around here.
This is apparently the
This
best
work-
bureaucracy ever.
This world is very efficient and magical, but it's a lot of things that you don't know because it's all like you don't see it. That's the thing about this utopian-ish like society is that the behind the scenes nobody really sees. So there could be a whole system of things going on in the background that you just don't.
there could be somebody scrying on us right now, and we wouldn't know it.
It's true. I did mention the all-scrying eye of the Caster's Council. But I mean, I would have made you take some kind of like, well, I don't. Maybe you would maybe want to have taken some kind of check for that. I don't know which magic user would feel that more than anybody else. But yeah. But she does tell you that the person you are looking for is actually the temple keeper of the temple in Zeos, which is the life prefecture. And their name is... As soon as Madam gets her page open, I will let you know. Her name is Eris, Aeris. And yes, that is the incorrect spelled version of the woman from Final Fantasy VII. And because of her position and stature, her title is of life, because she's the life temple keeper. And yes, she is a druid. She is a half-elf. And she was returning to her temple. The reason why she came into the Whispering Eye is that she was, she had said that she needed to take a moment to just not be out on the streets. That's all she said to them. Nothing really more than that. And then she quickly soon after disappeared through the drapes and left. Heading back towards the temple, because she had mentioned that's where she was going. So, if you want to go to the temple that is in the Zeos prefecture, it is a
soon.
That's fine. And we can actually hold it off there. So where you're at now is that you have warrants out for your arrest because the city guard believes that you are part of the resistance.
I talked to all the city guard. They seem to believe me.
Yes, but then their intel came in. Like you were just a regular stranger, and then intel came in. There was time for torture and things to happen. I'm not just making this up as I go.
She's totally making this up as she.
You've been to Oppose, and you've been to Fos, and you have met 2 train station advisors and a shopkeep. You have been to both Squirespire and the Whispering Eye, formerly known as the Withering Eye. And you have learned that on your fetch quest, we'll call it, for this parcel, that the person who has it is Eris of Life, the temple keeper in Zeos. So,
Got it.
Yeah. So that is where we are now, and
Right.
we'll cut things off for now, and we'll pick up things in our next session.
Yay!
Let's see what happens. Yay!
I hope you all loved it.
Let's focus on
Bye,
the
everyone.
Mwah.
All right. Well,
Hi, Goldie Hawn. You look like
it's
yeah.
me.
I'm
It's
very
me.
overboard right now. You're very overboard.
I know. I just want to say thank you to everyone who has watched this live stream. I know for a second I forgot we were even live streaming. I was so into the game. And we will be posting a rebroadcast of this video on our YouTube, Dungeons and Drag Queens. Just search us on there in the next week or two. And then we'll have another session soon. Keep in mind our Facebook page, search Dungeons and Drag Queens on Facebook, where we will be announcing when the next session is happening. So, alright, let's say goodbye, everybody!
Bye.
Bye!
Bye.
And you could just go back to the logo thing and mute out. Or that too. That just stopping the stream works too.
Oh,
No,
over?
it's, yeah.